people. I hope that you are having a wonderful, beautiful life. I hope your tears are tears of joy. I hope your fears are leaves of strength. I hope you love yourself because you deserve it. All right. Let's see here. What we got going on? Let's see. Oh, Jesus. 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 Oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus. Jesus. So my way. So something leaking my life, my hope, all my dreams. Listen to the angels singing glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Jesus, Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus. So holy, meek and my life, my hope, and all my dreams. Listen to the angels singing glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Shout out to Jesus, Papa. I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, one day, I feel it. My first meal I want to eat, even if I don't cook it for myself, I want to have like this big ass plate of food. I want it to be like 2 succulent lobsters with garlic butter and parsley and seasoning on it. I want me a good, perfect New York steak. I'm talking about cooked to perfection, not chewy, don't like, just so tender. Oh my God. Medium rare. Okay. Just a little blood, but not really. With some grilled potatoes. Oh my God. With some good seasoning on it. Yeah, I'll probably be greedy on this day. After I eat that, because I know I ain't gonna be able to eat it all, but just to have it, I can have me a little lobster, get a little bit of that and then put that up. Then bring on the big old bowl of crawfish. Give it to me. Give me the crawfish and the crab legs. Yummy, 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 yummy. My tummy, tummy, tummy. That's what I'm thinking about right now. This is a good old meal. It's a good hot, everything on a plate is perfect temperature. Seasoned perfectly. It's so good. Like when you have a vision of a meal and when you eat it, it's literally what you envision. Ooh, and then I can't wait till holidays come where I can cook. Man, I want me some baked macaroni and cheese. My God, my God. Gumbo. Make me some dressing, some seafood dressing. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. With some good old gravy. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Or just go home and just like, I'm about to go bake me some good chicken. Oh my God. Maybe some mashed potatoes with that gravy that you put in the oven with that chicken. Ooh, with the bell peppers and all of that. You know? It's like when I dream it or envision it, I can actually taste it. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. It's so good for my soul. Honey Clip, hello, welcome to my live. Let's see, Honey Clip's message retracted, so they removed the message. Hi, always love yourself. How are you doing today, honey? I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. We got this much y'all left. I think I'm gonna try to. It's still long. I ain't gonna do it because y'all know, if you watch my readings, how God, He could take one card and it could be 30 minutes. So I don't think I'm gonna do this whole thing. All right, let me cleanse my space real quick. There'll be a calmness in the atmosphere. Remove any negativity that may come on my channel. Cleanse these cards. Let there be nothing but truth that comes out this card. Move me, Holy Spirit. Use me. Use my vessel and my mouth to speak the words that you want to speak. I thank you, Most High God, for everything that you do for me. Just being in my life. I always send gratitude to my spirit family. I love y'all so much. May justice be served for many of the souls that have been murdered and has not received the justice for it. In the mighty name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In raw name. Amen, amen. All right. All right, let me put this here out. I've been wanting some tuna fish, but I don't want to buy nothing because I still have food left. I kind of like want to eat everything I have first, which it probably take me about another, I don't want to say a month because it's not that much food, but it's because I eat a lot of sandwiches. And I'll be liking to get up and go to the microwave. So I have a lot of microwavable stuff, So, today I was sitting like, I wonder if I can, let me call Domino's and get them to order a piece and bring it to my car. Yeah, it's across the street from there. Yeah. That's me. That's my pizza. Just because I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes I get in my mood where I just be like, ugh, I don't feel like doing that today. I've been feeling that way damn near every day. To be honest with you, sometimes I be like, go to sleep, I'll be sleeping, I'll just wake up. I'm like, what time is it? It'd be like 2 or 3 a.m. And I'm like, no you didn't. Well, what is we up for? What are we up? Hello, God, I need to get sleep. And then the whole day I can't go back to sleep and I'm tired. It's like, no. I really wish I could just walk to a lot of places that I want to go to. There's some places I can, but not all. So I'll just be wanting I'll be wanting to drive and drive all the time. I'll be wanting to walk, go where I need to go, All right, y'all, let's get with it. What we got going on, Most High God? Let me shuffle these here cards up. Do you want me to do the whole cards, Lord? Okay. Said yes, let's get rid of them today. Let's do the rest of them. Okay. All right. Well, y'all Sit back, relax. Might be a long reading. I don't know. I don't know how Most High God gonna flow through me and what Most High God gonna say and what's in these here cards. But it's, even though it look like a little bit of cards, y'all know that God can flow, and I let him do it. All right, y'all, turn it off the chat so I won't be distracted. I'll try to go back and read them after I get done with the reading. Hallelujah. Let's go. All right. Okay. We have ex before last ex brother. All right. So we have ex. So somebody's ex before the last ex. So your last ex, not that one, the one before that one, their brother, okay? Their brothers, your ex, your last ex before that last ex. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Has a brother. This may resonate with you. I don't know. Let's flow into it. Oh, wow. Wow. So I hear, if this resonates with you, and if you don't know this, you may find this out. I don't know. But your last ex before that last ex, if that ex had a brother, that brother was attracted to their sister. And that brother, because some of y'all might not see who attacking y'all, that brother, I hear, is gang affiliated, have connections with gang members, came up against you. Because, so what I really want to know is, does the sister know their brother? Okay. So this is incest. Okay, this is incest. Okay, so this brother and his sister had some type of, relations. So, you know how I hear God saying, how like you have an older brother and they protect you, some people, some brothers, and some brothers will protect you till the day you die. And like, that's my sister, but the way this person protected this sister, it wasn't like a brother protects a sister. It was more like, that's my person. Because you have to understand what I feel God's telling me, understanding incest. You have to realize that when people have that amongst them in their family, you have to look at it like, to them, those people, that's their person. And you wouldn't understand that because you like, that's their brother or their sister or whomever, right? So you would never look at somebody would do something like that to you, because you might feel like, let's say, what we call normal. Brother, somebody just did something to me, or this person broke up with me, and then they go and sob on this brother's chest. But it's not like what they did. Did they hit you? Would they put their hand on you? What No, it's like, you hurt my woman, but it's a secret because this person was with you. You see what I'm trying to say? Because they wouldn't be out loud with that relationship, right? So they would do that behind the closed doors. This energy gives me a really deepness. It's really deep within this particular situation. Ooh, God, wait a minute, God, a little bit too graphic for me. All right, I ain't ready for all that right now. Wait a minute, we just got in. Good Jesus. Lord have mercy. God said, I'm just trying to get I'm trying to give you the vision of how far and deep it goes. So again, y'all, when you go into darkness, darkness has those secrets. So darkness is very graphic. It's very, it help you understand it because you're watching it, you're seeing it, right? So it give you all of the graphics. Okay? I can't, Lord. It's too much, Jesus. I hear God be like a little thug sometimes. God be like, just roll with it. Just roll with it. All right, y'all. Hold on. So imagine somebody being mistreated. Let's just say, because I feel from this energy, how this brother and sister became intimate with each other. They grew up in a household that was very close-knit and religious. Okay? And the religions in this household were very strong. Almost so strong where then it's the way God's showing me. This is the only way I can explain, because it's the way God is showing me. It was so strong, like imagine somebody taking a belt, okay? Let me put the cards down. Imagine somebody taking a belt and buckling it and pulling your neck. Like that. That's what I see. Like almost like have you on a leash and tighten it every time you go outside of that belief system. You understand? So like if the belt started loose, every time you go outside of the belief system, this type of relationship the sister and brother had, it was like they built their own world within inside the home, because they always felt trapped, like in jail, even though they would go to school, things like that. It was almost like imprisoning someone's mind to the point where no matter where they go, they always felt like they was inside that house with that built, metaphorically, symbolically speaking. But it's like that's the chokehold that these siblings grew up in. Okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have sex for until you a certain age, you can't do this, you gotta, just like it was just constant rules where it didn't leave any room for anyone to breathe or even experience themselves or go outside of that prison, right, that these parents had created for these children to experience if there was something different or more. Okay? So these siblings became their own best friends. I got your back. All of that. And that created some type of love connection to them. You understand? Like it created something beyond what we call normal. Okay? So imagine your sibling being your only escape from the chokehold that you constantly feel like you in, the imprisonment that you feeling you live in your mind even when you outside the doors of this home. It's almost like you're always in the homes because you can't do this, you better not do this, you don't do this. If a boy like you, if a girl like you too young for this, you better not kiss, you better not let no boy touch you, you better not let no girl do this, you better not do that. You always say yes ma'am, you always say yes sir, you always give glory to God, you always do this, you always do that. If you don't do this, if you do this, oh, a lady's supposed to cross her leg, that's not how you eat. Like, I mean, it was just like structure to the point where like a human couldn't even be a human. It was a projection of these parents and the way they were brought up from their unhealed, imprisoned mind parents, or shall I say family. Okay? It was a certain kind of way that they were, because I want to use the right word, they were groomed to be. So this, whomever this resonates with, your ex, the last ex before that ex, brother, them two, they were their first relationship, if you can understand that. Because again, you have to, when you listen to this story, I know a lot of y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all are judgmental, and you know, you're like, oh, they nasty. Okay, so I mean, we could think of it like that in a normal mind, with the judgy mind, the flesh. But if you really want to have compassion for others, to understand certain things about people and why they do that, the things that they do, and not be judgmental, because you would never do that, because it's not about you. If you ain't never did it, that's good, that's for you. But it's to understand how compassion for others, to understand their walk of life and why they could have possibly done what they did, right? Because as humans, we want to have compassion and understanding to people's situation. We don't want to look at somebody's situation and go, ugh, you're nasty, you did this. No, we want to understand, how did you become the way that you became, so that I can have compassion, empathy for you. That's the way God wants us all to be. Even if we didn't do the thing, or we would never, okay, that was not your experience, but it doesn't mean that you didn't have an experience, right? Would you want someone to understand your experience in life, something that happened to you? Right? So open your mind to what I'm saying, to walk in the walk with me. Walk with me to understand this particular siblingship, so that you can have compassion and understand how people become the way they are in that situation or certain circumstances. Okay? These siblings, that's all they had. They were like in a cage. So as they're growing, you know, when you're growing, you start going through puberty, and again, your family still got the, you know, so you were very, they were very detailed in what you can and cannot do. So you knew in your mind, because you were so programmed to that mindset. Confirmation. You were so programmed to that mindset that you would never go out that box of the, I heard commandments, but the instructions that you were given. So this siblingship, they had a first kiss. They understood that they were siblings, right? But they were going through these changes with their body that these parents didn't ever explain, because all the parents would say you can't do. So they didn't sit there and be like, you're gonna go through puberty. You know, as a woman, you might have a period. This is what you do. You know, they family, their parents were more like so demented, So I feel like their parents, the woman, the mother, if the girl had a period, it was like it wasn't like normal. Like, you go to your parent and be like, something's going on down there. This was happening. Mother explains. No, it was more like in the mother's mental mindset was more like, we need to scrub it off. You unclean. Like, are you effing? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the mother's mindset. Like, that's dirty, that's nasty, because you young. They didn't have the right mindset, and this is because of their upbringing. We're looking at a woman who wore long dresses, long skirts, never showed her legs, kept her clothes, always covered her skin. you know when she was out and about, she didn't look at men at all, would keep her head straight when she was with her husband, wouldn't look left to right. I mean, just very obedient with what her husband wanted her to do. It was almost like a robot. And even if she did want to do it and it felt impure to her, because again, this is her mindset, even though God say go there. All right. Trying to bring y'all in the minds of these people so you can understand what I'm about to say about these siblings. We're talking about a woman who felt like this is the way a woman is supposed to be with her husband. And no matter what he want to do to her, even if it made her feel impure, she had to do it, because that's the way she was programmed to think. So her husband, and I'm gonna get back to the siblings, but I got to give you the mindset of the parents. Her husband was like a hard-working man, right? They went to church, and her husband, even though he had conformed to a way of thinking, he had sexual desires that she didn't know about. Because he knew, I gotta stay with my wife and my kids. But he had these, it was almost like he wanted to break free from his own self. So when this man come home, I hear pornography. So this man got off into some kind of way because of these sexual desires. He got off into pornography. And he in his brain, he fought it because he was like, I hear somewhat of a Christian man. I don't know what his religion was, but he is a religion, a belief system. And he saw this and it bothered him. But then it pulled him, it tempted him, okay? And the more he tried to pull away from it and be like, oh, what is that on my phone? It intrigued something, it sparked something in his brain, okay? And so I see him one day in his vehicle riding home, and then he get on his phone, and then that pop up. Instead of him turning away from it, he look at it, and it made all these feelings come up out of him, all these desires. So he, understanding that when he with his wife, he is a very assertive but very robotic lover, because he wants to stay in the frames of what he's been taught all his life. So it's like, okay, I gotta have sex with my wife, so I can't do and say nasty things because that's not very Christian like or whatever his, but I keep hearing Christian, so he must be a Christian. That's what I keep hearing, Christian. I hear okay, to be more specific, Methodist. Okay, that's what I hear. And so imagine this couple, they very, this is sex. You know what I mean? Like, if he wanted to be like, bitch, I want you to back that motherfucker up now, he wouldn't do that. That's not very Christian like to him, the way he was taught. And even though he felt like it was something outside of what he was taught, he would just, be very, that's it. Wouldn't come out his mouth with none of that. Wouldn't ask his wife to go down on him. He wouldn't go down on his wife. He didn't even know about the outside of what, and her, she didn't want to break free. She was that button was so goddamn tight. You know what I'm saying? That even her climaxes were very Christian-like. It's the only way I can explain it. It's like if he hit the spot, and this little bit deep, we gotta have the guys bring you there so you can understand. You got to understand people, and for you to understand people, you have to walk down the lane or walk into their life with me. Open your minds up to understanding this situation that God's going to bring together about these siblings. In order to understand people, you have to understand their background, their upbringing, their mindset. Okay? So the woman, if he hit the spot, it wouldn't be the way a lot of us are, right? It wouldn't just be free to just let it out. It was more like a very silent moan. I'm trying to give you understand the jail-like mind, the constraints of the mind, the way they were taught. So if it feels really good, and you really just want to just go, let's be real. It was more like because if you get louder than that, then you out the confinement of what Christian like is supposed to be. So you're holding it in, and you're trying to continue to keep that respect in the love making of you and your partner. Because that wouldn't be very Christian like or ladylike if I allowed myself to say and feel, Daddy, give it to me. Oh my God. I might have to go and scrape my whole mouth out. Because that's of the devil. This is the mindset. Okay? So it is polite and respectful in the bedroom with my husband that I hear is a deacon in the church, to when I'm aroused and we're doing this, because the woman's supposed to submit to a man. That's what they're thinking in their mind. To continue to be the lady that I'm supposed to be. And even though I want to let this moan out freely and say something more, I'm just gonna that's it, because that is what I've been taught. This is a lady. I'm a lady. I'm a Christian woman, and anything outside of that is not Christian like. So these people, what I gather is these people's background, they were taught to not be free, that you could not explore your own self body, what you may really enjoy, what is good to you. Do you really like it? Are you attracted to your husband? Did you get with your husband because he was a deacon in the church? Did somebody hook you up? Were you even physically attracted to him? What do you like? They wouldn't be able to tell you. I love my husband. That's what you're gonna get. Cut and dry. This is somebody who has been trapped in their mind all their life. They can't go any further into themselves to tell you anything about who they really are, because they don't know. All they know is what they was taught to do and be and how and say and not say. Because a lady keeps her skirt all the way long down with no skin showing, keeps her head straight. She have a husband, she don't look left or she don't look right. She pleases her husband, she cook for her husband, and they don't argue, because that's not ladylike. It's, I need something to eat. Okay, babe, that's it. They might go into separate rooms sometimes. Now, understanding the background of the parents, now we get to the siblings. That's how much of a stronghold they had on their kids. Now these kids going to school, they got different people, different kids, you know what I'm saying? They got different clothes on, and this daughter, she got long dresses on. People look at her like she weird, okay? Because why is she always wearing long stuff and button up, and and why is the brother, he always got a collar shirt on with the button up there, he got pants on, a belt buckle, you know what I'm saying, tennis shoes, and he's always talking like he's very respectful and all that. Like that, to the kids that look weird when they got like on Punky Brewster shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like they got on the different types of fashions, and they're just like all just being themselves, and and these kids are just very, and the kids talked about them behind their back. And these two siblings was always their own best friends, because they felt different than everybody. Everybody else, something was wrong with them. And what they was taught, that this is the way to go. Okay? So, these siblings grew up going through poverty. Poverty. Ooh, poverty. I'm going to see if God was about to say something about that. Puberty. That's what I was trying to say, but poverty came out. God said they didn't have much. A lot of hand-me-down clothes, because it's a blessing if someone want to give to you and you didn't have to. So they wasn't like, they didn't have a lot of money. People gave them clothes within the church, because their kids grew out of it, and that was a blessing to this family, right? And that's beautiful. Okay, so that's why poverty came out. All right, so these siblings would be at home sometimes with, like, when Bible study or whatever, the parents went to church, and sometimes the kids didn't go because they had homework. And then it started off with simply the girl going in the bathroom and her brother using the restroom, and she sees for the first time. Let's be real, okay? And she said, excuse me, I'm sorry, but then she look at it, and then that sparks the curiosity. God said, go back to the dad. Okay, this shit. See, I told y'all this, y'all. I think God does this because I think he wants people to be more compassionate to understanding people's situation. I really think God does this through me because he wants people to understand how people became the way they are. And God say, this is why I tell you to not judge others. That's what I hear. God said, do not judge, lest ye be judged. And I think that God is giving me this story about these people because he wants you to understand you may know somebody like this, but understand how people got the way they got. I think that's why God let me go into like serial killers' minds so you can understand their childhood, their upbringing. So whereas, because I feel like God really wants you to have compassion. It's not to say that this person not dangerous. That's like, we're going left and right. Stay with me, y'all. It's not to say the serial killer or the psychopath is not what it is and you won't do what it will do, but to understand how it got that way. That's what God wants y'all to understand in the world, because it's easy, God said, to just judge somebody, which again, we shouldn't judge people because we don't know their story and we don't know your story, and if somebody knew your story, maybe they would judge you, right? So that's why we shouldn't judge. But to have compassion for the person, understanding that, okay, they went through this and now they're this, understanding that the devil is alive in them, right? The demons, and they will do what they will do. But to not disregard how they got there. Because to disregard how they got there is to not be compassionate in the pain that this person suffered, and the imprisonment of their mind, and maybe the abuse that they went through as a child. Because if you want to talk about children, and a lot of y'all want, it said reconnecting, but what about the child that was in the adult, that's the adult now? What about that child? Because that was a child at one point. God say he wants you to stop just being so closed-minded where you say, this is a child right now, this age, but that child has to become an adult. So that child that you were looking at as a child and protecting that child, but that child becomes adult. So what about the child who was that child that now is adult that ended up this way? God wants you to understand the child in the adult and what they went through, and have compassion for the child in that adult. All right. So the dad curiosity got piqued. Oh, this story about to be deep, Lord. You sure you want me to do this whole thing? It sounds like it's gonna take 10 hours. Good Lord. God gave me a whole damn story like that. I ain't got no Milo. Shit. The dad came across some pornography. This is how people, the windows of the doors of different things open up to people, temptations and all that. The dad started feeling stuff, and of course he looked at stuff that he never seen before, and he did some things in his car with himself. Okay. And so as that temptation got stronger, now this deacon, when he go to church, opposed to him being like his wife, don't look left and don't look right at no woman, the thoughts start opening up, and he started looking at women. Okay. And then from that thought and him looking at women, he started thinking the things that he could do to these women. And so as he continued to indulge in this pornography, then he wanted to go home and try it with his wife. He don't know how to go home and tell his wife that I came across something, and it opened something up in me. And I seen some things on there, and I know we Christians, because that's the way like very straightforward. But I want to experience some stuff instead of him going to his wife and talk to her about what he was going through. He felt like he couldn't because he understood the jail mindset, even though he might have not looked at it as a jail, but that's what he was programmed to think like. So one day, Albert, this is what I hear his name is, he goes home and he just got this desire. He can't let the thing won't go down. Okay? And he like feeling himself. he breaking some chains. He feeling himself, so he go up in the house, and she in the kitchen. I see this woman with a long skirt on with this what is it called, a blouse shirt, whatever, and they have like at the top like the ruffles that go out like this with a long shirt, and he got like a little small pink flowers on it with the green stems. And she in the kitchen cleaning up while she's by the sink. Where I see her right now, she's by the sink. And then he come in there and he grab her. And I'm laughing. You gonna know why I'm laughing. He grab her from behind. He pull her to her. And with the kissing on her neck, she got fucked up. Now what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And she wasn't ready. Because imagine this has been their whole marriage. I hear these people have been married for 15 to 18 years. I saw 18 first. Then I seen 15 to 18 years. And then he was like saying some shit in her ear. And it kind of like made her feel uncomfortable. It made her feel uncomfortable. She kind of like fixed her skirt because it made her feel uncomfortable because this is something different. And what is wrong with him? Now, eventually it's going to plant some seeds in her head because who is this man? All right? So, he can feel the uncomfortability about her, but he got such a desire that he want to try some shit that he done seen on this damn pornography. He can't wait till she get in the bedroom. Long story short, because I want to move on from him, because I've kind of given you, God want me to give you their backstory because I'm about to tell you what happened to these siblings. Okay? I'm about to tell you what happened. He, in a sense, manipulated his wife. He used the fact that she's supposed to submit to him, which is what he was taught, to get these desires, because he had a burning desire. He saw this woman on the pornography on her knees. You know what I'm talking about. He want to try that. And they ain't never did that before. She never did that to her. That she feel, child, that's like the devil that got in this man. So he doing stuff like grabbing her and touching her the way she ain't never been touched before. She don't like that. It just made her feel so it just made her feel like unholy. Long story short, moving forward, because I see like how the whole steps end up into their bedroom. I see all of that, but I'm gonna skip over that because it's not really a very important thing how they ended up in the bedroom. So Albert tells his wife he want her to try something, and then she looked at him like, "What you mean you want me to try something?" And he said, "I just want to try something. I want to try something, woman. You know, I want to spark it up." Albert feeling himself. And she's like, "What you want to try?" You know, and Albert uses, "Look, woman, you supposed to submit to me. I go out here," because he was so, I don't know the word. He was just, like somebody want to do something so bad. Because they feeling us different. They just, shit. I got a burning desire, woman. I don't want to talk to you like a thug because I know that ain't right. That's his mind. But that's how I'm feeling right now. I feel like I won't tell you, get on your goddamn knees and no. Okay? But I'm trying to hold this, trying to hold my mule. Okay? So he tell her, you supposed to, what did Bob say? What did Bob say? Don't say what they don't say that, y'all. Y'all gotta go look at that. They don't say that. You just say you gotta submit to your husband. Okay? Now, woman, I tell you, I want you to try this here with me. I want to go out here and provide for you and everything. I pay the bills and So this woman she just feels so pressured. She don't know what's about to happen. She just feel it's like she's battling with her mind. It's like she's battling with the fact that this is not holy. But I have to submit to my husband. This is the programming. So she, gets on her knees. And Albert just so ready, he don't know what to do with himself. Child, he don't know what to do with himself. The thing is at attention, baby. Okay? And it's almost like when I feel her energy, it's like she feel hurt. She feels somewhat of a betrayal. Because she don't know about no pornography. She don't know what they do on there. She who's this husband? We've been together 15 to 18 years. What is he asking me to do? I feel like I gotta do it because this is what I've been taught. This is a woman's job. This is a wife's job. And something she ain't never did, putting her mouth somewhere that ain't never been before. And we're gonna pause on that one. We're going to move on. Remember all of this. I ain't about to get detail into their bedroom life. That was enough. The siblings. These siblings are their own mates. So the sister done seen something. Okay, this is how I don't even know what to call it, I don't want to give a word to it. But I'm just tell you what happened. Eventually, how can I say this, Lord? Because I don't feel like everything needs to be a detail. It just needs for you to understand about whomever this gonna resonate about how your ex got the way they got. That you may or may not know, you may find out about, or you may not have found about yet. But it's to understand if and when God brings this to you about your last ex's ex, meaning not the last ex, but the ex before that, it's to give you understanding. Instead of because God like he's going to expose things. It's this is their story, and if you find out about it, it's to help you open your heart to understand it. This is why God is bringing this story up. This is for somebody. This is somebody's ex's ex, 2 exes ago story that God's going to expose to you, and you're not going to understand it, but I'm helping you to understand it right now. So it's preparing you for when it's exposed to you, because I don't know if your ex is going to come and tell you the truth because they want to be with you, they want to be back with you, they want to tell you what happened. But if I don't explain to you their background, because they may not be brave enough to make you understand it, but God's going to expose it to you some kind of way, it's to help you to have compassion. It's to help you to not be judgmental. Okay? This is why God's giving you this story. And this is definitely for somebody. This is somebody's literal story. And this is going to be literally an exposing of somebody's ex. Long story short, the siblings went from touching to, oh wow, Jesus, touching to he was her first, to hearing noises in their parents' room that they never heard before, which we talking about puberty, with kids who no one's sitting there explaining anything to, but other than what they should and should not be doing. So you went from always hearing nothing in your parents' room, because again, the parents, the wife, she only, her moans were only okay, and he wouldn't do any of that, because again, him and her were compatible in the sense of the programming. So now you got these kids, the girl who has experienced having a period, you got the brother who don't know what's going on with him, because he got all kind of things going on with him. He ain't got a dad telling him nothing other than you don't do nothing with that down there. You gotta have a wife. But what do you mean do nothing with that thing down there? What is this thing? What is this thing supposed to do? I ain't teaching about condoms, none of that sex. Don't use it. You get a wife, you're gonna understand what it's for. Whatever you feeling, deny that. Whatever that, what you talking about? What feeling? You know, like nothing. No guidance. So you got these somewhat teenagers, because I feel like the sibling might have been like 13 or 14, and the sister was like 12 or maybe 11, 12, or because I don't know if this is two situations, because I see 11, 12, and I see 13, 14. So in that area range, okay? And you talking about kids who now hear all this things in their parents' room now, because the daddy, he instructed his wife, and inside of her, he didn't open something up in her where she ain't told him, I really be wanting to scream when sometimes you hit something in me. But the dad just going in, the dad just like, oh, you know. And then the woman get the chance to see what come out of it, because that never happened. She didn't never see what come out of that. But she kind of liking it now, but she still feel conviction because of what she was programmed to think. So now they got all these noises going on up in there and her hormones is getting a little bit stronger because it's somewhere inside of her she breaking some freedom, but she don't know how he gonna respond. But she feel like it's a little bit to make a little bit more noise to make be okay with that, because she done did some things she never thought. But now the kids hear it. They forgot about the kids. They forgot about the kids. Now when they go to church and Bible study, the husband be looking at the wife like, I can't wait till we get home so you can do what you've been doing to me. Y'all done forgot to raise the kids, talk to the kids. Now, you done forgot the kids never heard that before. So these kids, while they hearing all this, they going through puberty, all these hormones, and again, they all they got. Nobody's teaching them that you can't do this, don't do that, and don't do this, and don't do that, and don't do this. Stay in these walls. They did it. And they hid it for years. They kept doing it. They kept doing it to the point where it was okay with them if they didn't have a person or get married. And then when you came along and you became their girlfriend or their boyfriend, whichever way, however it go, the sibling got mad. The brother got mad. Oh, I hear for somebody, what a big secret is that you don't know. If you got with this person, somebody send me losses. They don't want me to talk about it. Oh my God, if you trigger, get up off of my damn channel. If this your story, I'm God telling me to tell it to help your ass. So the secret is for somebody, what you're gonna find out is this X. When you find out, when it's exposed, the child that you think is your child that you've been taking care of, it's not. The child is actually the brother's child. And I feel like your ex did not know how to tell you that they were having a secret affair, and the secret affair was with their brother. When they would go home for holidays, or even sometime I feel like you would go and visit with them, and they would say they gotta go to the bathroom or something like that. They was back there like touching on each other and shit. Because in their mind, that was their first love. They literally in love with their sibling. And they got pregnant by their brother. So if there was a period where your ex was like always wanting to have sex a lot, maybe some of y'all situation who never just gonna resonate with, maybe this person was like, protection, because I don't want to have kids right now, we not married, blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden they came on to you and you was reaching for protection and they didn't want you to do it. Like they just kept made your mind not think about it, and they was doing it. It was because I hear they had already found out they was pregnant. And they knew it wasn't for you because you and them constantly wore protection. Because again, they still had a mindset that they needed to get married. But again, they was already doing it with their sibling. But they in the outside world, right? Their family, their mama, their dad, they didn't want to get pregnant while they were with you to even let their family know that they was having sex when they had already been having sex with their sibling. So throughout their whole life, their only lover was their sibling. They never had sex with nobody else until they met you. And that baby, the times that y'all did it, because you always wore protection because you respected what they wanted, that baby is their brothers. Let's move on. Jesus, that was deep. My God. Lord, have mercy. I tell you one thing. When you get into darkness, when you tap into darkness, you can see people's secrets. It be some deep ass secrets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can see and understand why some people would not want people to know what they did. Can you imagine going to the person, telling the person that's your ex and you got a child with, allegedly, that this child is not yours, but to find out who the child is for, and then to feel betrayed to the point where you think you with a partner who is going to tell you their life story and be honest with you, right? Because ultimately, when you're with your person you're supposed to be able to tell anything to, and it's supposed to stay within the confinement of y'all's relationship, because they're supposed to be the person that you go to and it feel like home, right? And it feel like you are the secret keeper. You're not going to judge me. I can tell you this story and you're going to open your mind up and understand what my upbringing was. And the passion between that and us is because I've told you that secret and I've never told anybody. Right? That's how it's supposed to be with your person, your true person. Because they're supposed to understand and have compassion that I didn't know any other way. And they're supposed to be able to open their mind and be like, I can understand how it got to this. The problem, though, you lied to me. You know, that kind of thing. That's how it's supposed to be. That's not how it is. That's not how the world is. From the moment that people are exposed with their secrets, we judge them. We don't think about what their life could have been like, but then we say all these things about, you know, this is a kid, but we forget about the kid that's in the adult and what they actually went through, because that same kid that's a kid right now gonna go be an adult. And what was their story? Like it's stupid. So this whole thing, I feel like, and we'll see as it goes along, God wants y'all to understand compassion for other people. God don't want you to say you see somebody on the street, you know, a crackhead, and because you never been a crackhead, or you would never do crack, you down and look at that crackhead, look at that shit. I bet if I just threw out something, a rock out there, that motherfucker probably think, you think it's funny, but you don't understand his or her background, nor do you care, because you're laughing. Maybe his mother or father or whomever he grew up with, or her, grew up in a household with crackheads in a trap house, never had a home. Maybe when his mama got, his or her mama got pregnant with him or her, they was automatically addicted to what? Crack, because the mama was on crack the whole pregnancy. You don't know people's story. And the reason why I hear God saying, the reason why a lot of y'all not gonna make it to the new world is because your empathy and your compassion is not there. It's just not. Y'all, a lot of y'all think that life is about, I got the best cars, I made it, I'm successful, I made it to the top, I could buy anything that I want. And anything that's not like where you at right now, you look down on it. If it don't look like what you want to look like, it don't sound like the way you sound, it ain't the skin color, it ain't this, it don't walk like that, it don't, it's always a judgment. But God said, understand that judgment that you judge on other people will be your own judgment. I hear God saying, for many of y'all, if he really exposed y'all shit, you know, it will be like a shit show. Because you're going to go from looking down on somebody, but then feeling sorry for yourself. Because everybody know your shit. And maybe you didn't do this and you didn't do that, but you got shit. Just understand, you got shit about you in your skeleton closet. You got some shit about you. And if God was to actually expose your thoughts too, what would you do? Stop judging people. It is nothing wrong with understanding that people are, whatever they do, be protected, stay away from them, right? And yes, if they want to put you out there, don't judge lest ye be judged. If they judge you, you got the motherfucking right to judge their ass back. You goddamn right. Oh, you judging me? Let me judge you then. But some of y'all judge based off of what you believe or a certain appearance or the way you think things in the world is supposed to operate. Y'all be quick to go and talk about people and gossip about people behind their back, but you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. How that make that shit make sense? Why you think you so special that you can go around talking about people, looking down on people, thinking that this person that and this and that and this and that, but your shit don't stink? Do you? I know you take a bowel movement. Do it stink? And if you say no, bitch, you lying. You a motherfucking lie. You lying. Cause shit stink. It's waste. It's supposed to stink. Point is, learn how to have compassion for others. It doesn't mean that you gotta be their friend. It don't mean that you gotta be in their company. Because some of these people are unsafe. They will kill your ass. Understand, okay, that's a killer. Wonder what happened to them. And then if you find out their story, actually listen to what they're saying or listen to the story and have compassion for their story. Because to get into the heart is to get into where they've been, to understand their situation, to understand how they became what they became. Moving on. Lord, I don't see how you want me to do this whole thing. Good Lord. Okay, let me just move on. Keep on going. But anyway, this is for somebody's. This is what somebody's gonna find out about their ex. Brace yourself. It's gonna be a lot of crying, a lot of pain, because for someone does have a child with their two exes ago, Think this is their child, and it's not. And that's going to be the thing, because I feel like the brother's going to start threatening their sister and saying, if you don't tell him that that child is ours, I'm going to tell him. And I hear this brother, because they're so obsessed with their sibling, and their love is so obsessive with their sibling, because that's their first love, to be 100%. Like I already said, they're going to threaten their sibling that they're going to tell their parents. That's how much it's like this passion inside this brother, because it's like, you just be with me kind of thing. So if your ex, I hear for some of y'all who this gonna resonate with, whether they have a child with you or not, this is why they left you. Because they really did not want, first of all, to hurt you. Second of all, they didn't want their secrets to be exposed. So they left you. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, some of them got an apartment with their sibling. And it's the only way that they can keep their secret together. Like, secret. They have an apartment with their sibling. And the child, is with the mother, but you have the child too, but that child is the dad of the brother. That's their child. The brother is the dad of the child. But I feel like the problem is because God wants this to be exposed, and this brother is obsessed with their sister, and the sister don't know what to do about it, because she now feels trapped. Like she feel like she's been put back in that trap, like when they were kids, because he's so controlling now and obsessive. He's going to get to the point where he don't even want the child to go over to you, who you think is your child, who he sit there and let you, give money to the child, to their sister, which was your ex, take care of the child, all of that stuff, that you do the hard work for the most part of it. But now he's getting to the point, because he feel like, I don't want you to see him at all. And I feel like you make an excuse, because he think that's his baby, and that's your way to go see him. And this I just feel like this sibling is getting to the point where, like, have you ever heard like a crime of passion? Have you ever heard like a situation where someone gets so obsessed that they love somebody so much they're willing to take their life because they don't want nobody else to have this person? Like, it's getting to that point. This person is starting to mess with their mental, because it's like this secret is so, will fuck up some shit. They don't really know how to grasp in their brain. It's like, torturing yourself. Like, you feel and know like it's not right. This is my sibling. This is my sibling. But I'm in love with my sibling. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to put this love, because they got it all. They've been my first love all my life. And the mere thought of another person touching them bothers me. Then they go in their mind, I wonder if that person better than me in the bed. I wonder if that person do this to them. Like, they go through the love, like they ain't a sibling feeling, but it's an obsession. Because they wasn't raised to understand things, feelings, emotions, and they weren't raised, they didn't get developed properly. And this kind of obsession and situation could be very dangerous, because this person could And you can flip the roles, meaning flip the roles. You don't have to be this the even though it says brother, because it's somebody's story, but you can flip the roles out here, okay? But understand that this sibling, he don't know what to do. All he knows is what he feel. And everything that he's ever experienced in life was with this sister. And even when he didn't understand puberty and he didn't understand all of the things, it was all shared with this sister. But this sister now, leaps out and meets this person, which is you, whomever this is resonate with or going to resonate when you find it out. It feels like a betrayal, like I gotta hide my love for you. You understand? But you gotta hide your love for them. But do I really gotta hide my love for you? But you gotta hide your love for them. And you just want to be with them. You want them to want you and nobody else. And you sit in your bed all that time, and this is going backwards, before they got the apartment. You sit in your head all the time thinking about somebody else inside the person that you in love with, which is you understand that that's your sibling. But then you conflicted because you don't know, like, I should just go over there and do such, but you're like, well, I can't expose this because this is a secret. And then that burned desire gets so strong because you never was developed coming up as a kid, understanding your body and puberty and all that, and you was in the constraints of these rules, and now you getting killer thoughts. Because now you either want to take out your sibling because you don't want nobody to have them, or you going to want to take out you, the ex, who the baby for, or who they got true feelings for, and that sibling know. I just need to kill this feeling that you got for this person because it's supposed to be for me. Or if I remove you, get rid of you, then he or she can't feel that way no more. Or if you won't leave them alone, I'll take your life, sibling, because I don't want nobody to have you, because you're the love of my life and I don't want nobody else. I can't move on from you. I can't stop doing what we've been doing all our life. This shit go deep. I need a little break, y'all. Give me a second. This should go deep. Can I get some water? Where the water? Let me drink some alcohol. Damn. I ain't gonna even reach back there. So, understanding whomever this is for, if this is exposed to you, or the brother start acting weird, or the child, you feeling like you're gonna go do custody because all of a sudden the ex don't start arguments with you, don't want you to see y'all's child, what you don't know ain't your child. She kind of trying to save you. If you feel like this your story, go get a DNA test. And they'll tell you everything. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna make you want to do so many things with your emotions. It's gonna make you want to hurt her. It's gonna make you want to, cause you love that child. Cause that to you, that's your child. Cause you ain't know nothing else. It's gonna make you want to go fight the brother. See, the thing about the brother, he mentally unstable. So if you go and try to fight the brother, he gonna have a knife and stab you. I'm just be real with you. It ain't gonna turn out in your favor. And I know that's fucked up. I know it's fucked up how you get stabbed and you the one, the victim. Well, don't go over to the fight. You gotta sit with that, with God, and ask God to heal your heart. And it's gonna take you a while, because you're gonna have to grasp the fact that that ain't your kid, and the betrayal, you would have never thought of that. You're gonna think about all the times that she was with her brother and what they was doing. And so I mean, it's a process. It's gonna make you go through the stages of you hate women. If this is for you and you a man and it's your story, you're gonna go through everything. You ain't gonna want to love again. You're gonna get mad at God. Why would you do this? Why would you send this person in my life to hurt me like this? All of the things. Heal. You're gonna have to heal. And it's gonna take time, and that's okay. It don't matter if it takes 10 years to get over it. Give yourself that self-love and understand that it was nothing that you did. Yes, you were a good person. No, you did not deserve it. No, you did not deserve to feel the betrayal and the deception behind your back. But this ex that you have a kid for or don't have a kid for, again, this is somebody's story, whether you got a kid or not. Understanding when this is exposed to you, this story I'm telling you is to help you open up and see. Not gonna say beyond the hurt, because you're gonna feel what you feel, but to understand their story. Because maybe they're not brave enough to tell it to you. And when you realize that this is your story, then you're going to understand it from this perception of their story. So maybe while you sitting with this and you're going through the pain and it's exposed, you can remember what I'm telling you, how they grew up. And you can find some kind of compassion and empathy in their heart, in your heart, to not look at them in a sense of just deception, but to understand their development as a child coming up, their upbringing, their environment, what they were taught. Moving on. Man, this be heavy, y'all. I feel so much heaviness up in this atmosphere. It be heavy. All right. To make it more detailed, for somebody that's gonna resonate with, I see somebody eyes get big like this. You gave this ex a necklace. A specific necklace that they never take it off. Because when you gave it to them, they promised to you that, they said, oh my God, I love this necklace, kind of thing. Right? They say, I'll never take it off. This is just the most beautiful necklace. Right? And when you see them, they always got this necklace on. There's something about this particular necklace that they wear. I feel like this person never takes it off because it's always a reminder of your good heart. And that almost makes me want to cry, because they know you're a good person. They know it. And in their heart, they love you. They really do. and they knew what was going on behind the scenes would tear you up. But they really wanted to be with you, but it was just a very complicated situation that they didn't feel comfortable enough and safe enough. They feel like they could tell you that story. They didn't want you to leave them. All things, tell the brother, or whomever, the sibling, whatever gender they is, started cutting up. But they love you. They really do love you. They wish they, you know, could have been strong enough to tell you the truth, but they have the mindset of the world that we live in is judgmental. And to be honest with you, had they told you, you would have tried to understand. I feel like if they would have been honest with you, you would have went through this stage of in your mind judging them. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you would have kind of like, because it's like just stages of grief. You go through certain things that you experience in that moment. You don't even know that you made of, or you don't even know that you would think like that, right? But you would have looked at them like all kind of things. Like I hear like you would have been like, they're despicable, they're disgusting. Who fucking fucks their own sibling? Like you would have been that person in your head, even if you didn't say it out loud. You would have, because as much as you loved them, you wouldn't have understood their story. Because they wouldn't have had a chance to really give you the story. They would have given you like, I gotta tell you something. The child we have is not yours, it's my siblings. You would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? You would have been mad. Like you would have been through. I mean, yeah, you got the right to feel how you feel, right? But you would have been that person. You wouldn't have wanted to touch him. It would have been destroying your relationship, because understand, you wouldn't have had time to process. So sometimes, and you might not believe this, that sometimes God allowed it to happen this way so that you can sit with yourself with the story, opposed to them coming to you and telling you while y'all were together, this is what it is. Because I feel and hear like, honestly, this was your person. This was your person. And I know he's like, well, why would God do? You know what? Because this is their story. We don't live in a perfect world. I just told you their story. I just told you how it came about. But if you would have been with them and they begun to tell you what happened, you would have went through this, they're a slut. Like you, because you got that natural judgmental spirit in you. As kind as you are, we grow up in a world that tells us certain things the way we're supposed to think about people, without the compassion, because we don't get to the compassion because we never try to hear their story. We just know what they did wrong, and we judge them and we persecute them. But we don't look at ourselves and persecute ourselves for our own fuck shit. Where they do that at? Who gave us the right to do that? Because I know God, did you give us the right to do that? God said, I certainly did not. Okay. And it's not to take away from you what they did was wrong. No one's taking it. No one's saying what they did was not wrong. But I'm trying to make you understand, had they told you while y'all were together, this would have been your mindset. And you would have went and talked about them to your friends. You understand? You see how people don't tell their secrets? Because you would have been hurt. And when hurt people are hurt, they normally try to hurt people indirectly, behind the scenes, or directly. But God needed you to sit with that thing, so you can hear the story, and they could be away from you. You could process the feelings. And then in the midst of you healing, God can come in with to give compassion. Doesn't mean you got to be back with them. None of that. Even though that was your person, none of that. Because God will end the sibling's life for y'all to be together. I'm gonna tell you the truth. God will cut the bad apple out. And this is what we're talking about when we talk about people are victims. Is the brother a victim? Absolutely. But the brother is such a victim that it has consumed him, right? Because he's willing to take your ass out or his sister ass. You see how that happens? You see what happens. He's a victim of his circumstances, a victim of his upbringing. He's a victim of his undevelopment of thoughts, emotions, direction, environment, upbringing, the things he was taught, the things he was not taught. He's a victim. But sometimes a victim can become something that is dangerous because of the circumstances and because they do not know how to process their emotions, because they don't have healing. They don't even understand that you need to heal. That's why it's important for God to come in each and every one of our lives to heal, so we can understand and come in balance with those emotions and understand it wasn't your fault. It was your upbringing. And it's not his fault. And it's not your sister's fault. It was your upbringing. And then, unfortunately, you were raised in a household with other people, your parents, that were taught the same thing. That's all they knew. It's like having a kid, and when they come out the womb, you only say one word to them: don't. And that's it, all their life. And you homeschool them because you want them to be so non-factor in their brain. The only word they ever fucking knew is don't. 1 year old, don't. 2, don't. 3, don't. 4, don't. 5, don't. 6, don't. 7, don't. 8, don't. That's it. That's all they got. That's it. 9, 10, 11. Where's the development? So all this kid knows is don't. When they grow up, anybody talks to them, hey, what's your name? Don't. Program like that. Because maybe that parent was a fucking mentally ill, psychologically messed up in the head person. And maybe they thought it would be a great idea to see if they could raise a kid and raise it to say one word and keep it confined from the whole world to see how it would become. Maybe they were a mad scientist. Literally the word mad. The child don't know nothing else. But you fought this child that becomes an adult. And they're like this. Compassion, people. Compassion. Man. This heavy up in this. I feel like I need to cleanse the energy. It's so heavy, it's weighing me down up in here, y'all. I don't know how y'all feel over there where y'all at. Shit is heavy as fuck. Good Lord, taking on some of y'all energy and telling y'all a story. Man, it be deep, y'all. I'm sorry you did go through that. I really am. I have compassion for you. You just got to heal at this point. No matter what person you are in this story. It's never good to go on and take somebody's life. Anybody in this story. You got the opportunity to change the way you think, connect with the Lord, so God can continue to develop in you. Even if you're an adult, you can always change. You can always learn different. You can always surrender your heart to God and let God fix it. You never have to pick the story to be the one to end someone's life, because if nobody can't have them, if I can't have them, nobody will. Or you ain't gotta do that. Understand you were a victim, and you are a victim of your circumstances. But it's never good to think the way I'm gonna do this is to control somebody or end their life. You didn't give life. You should not take life, nor should you take your own life, because you didn't give yourself your life. But you can be better. You can be that testimony. You could be the one to go out there and tell everybody your story, and that was your story, because God will build up enough confidence in you to tell that story. And you don't give a fuck about what nobody say or want to judge you, because they got somebody else out there that got a story like yours, who was brought up in an environment like this, and you can help them to be strong. That's what a testimony is about. How you got through, how God got you through. God put you through the test, and look how he rebirthed you. Look how now your heart is healed. Now you got your own family. Now you can separate the fact that the love feelings that you have for your sibling is because of your circumstances, and look at your sibling as a sibling, and have a healthy relationship with them and heal from it. How to be strong to go tell your parents that wasn't okay, that they did what they did, however they receive it. At least you said it if that's what you want to do. But it's never okay to go around and trying to kill people because you want to control them, because you can't understand what's going on up in here. That's why you need God. So God can heal you and open you up and teach you and help you understand what happened to you, and change the way you think. Okay? I don't judge you. I don't give a fuck if anybody judge me after this, because them motherfuckers already done judged me and put shit on my name. I don't be giving a fuck, because I know what I'm doing is what God want me to do. And I know the only judge I got is God. And I know the ones who judge me and lie on me, God gon' judge them and lie on them. I know that for a fact. So let them judge whomever you are. Fuck them. Give it to God. Give it to God. Because the same people who judge you, God gonna judge them. And believe it or not, sometimes God will make you judge the ones who judge you. Because they said, don't judge lest ye be judged. That means that when you throw the stone at me, motherfucker, I could pick that bitch up and throw it right back at you. All right. Yeah, I gotta cleanse a little bit up in here. It's heavy. Damn. Who ain't no love energy up here? Where the love energy at? Where the couple? Where the couple? Let me come asking y'all love again. Shit. Woo! All right. Cleanse this energy. Take this heaviness out. Woo! Let it be positivity. I know it ain't gonna always be positive. I get it. But kind of like lift a little bit of it up out. All right. It's more calmer. All right. Calm the energy down. Thank you, Lord. I hear God saying, you're quite welcome. You're doing a great job. I thank you, Lord. I do my best to do what you want me to do. I do my best. All right. Let's put this out. See what the next card. Woo, Lord Jesus. Here we go. I have locked up that won't let me out. Locked up. They won't let me out. And this tells me for some of y'all who did not listen, might have caused harm to somebody. That means that I feel like when it says locked up and they won't let me out, they won't let me out. Whatever you done did, you ain't coming up out that motherfucker. That means your crime is heavy. That's why you need the healing. And I hear God saying this could be your future. There you go. If this ain't happened to you and this your situation and you thinking about doing some crazy shit, this what gonna happen to you. You need to heal. Whether you the sibling or you the other side of the story, whomever you are, don't do it. You did not give life, you should not take it away. This gonna be your story. I'm telling you, this your warning. Better calm them damn emotions down and get the healing. Go to God. Fall on your knees. Cry. Let it out. Ask God to take the pain out your heart. Release that person. You do not control that person. You are not the head of that person's life. You did not create that person. You cannot control who they love. You're going to end up here. Never, and I feel like this ain't just for that story. Somebody thinking about doing some fuck shit. God say, so this is for whomever this resonate with, who thinking about doing some fuck shit. God say this is gonna be what you gonna get. You thinking about somebody got a gun sitting on the sofa thinking about going shoot somebody. Somebody got a knife thinking about stabbing somebody, thinking about how to end somebody's life. I'm telling you right now, it is not gonna turn out good for you. It's not. It's not. You will be locked up. I hear God say are destroyed. You need to come in balance with your emotions. Whatever situation is, you need to sit with God with that. This is why healing is important. But the fact that you sitting there meditating somebody's murder, I can see if you walked in a situation, somebody tried to hurt you, right? But you're sitting there meditating how you want to murder somebody. It ain't gonna turn out good for you. It won't. God said, this your warning. Turn away from it. Turn away from them thoughts and that temptation. And those evil thoughts that's coming up in your mind. God say, turn away from them. Lord have mercy. So somebody sitting up there scheming a plan to get somebody a hitman. We're going to call them a hitman because that's literally what you are. Whoever you are. You're getting paid to go and harm somebody, take somebody's life. You're getting paid to end somebody's life that you didn't give life to. But you wouldn't want nobody to try to take your life. So basically you are meditating a murderer. That means that I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm going to do. So I know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here thinking about how I'm going to go kill this here person. That's premeditated murder. And I hear for some of y'all who gonna still attempt it, you're not gonna even make it to here. You're not gonna make it to here. And that's a fact. I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna make it to here. I don't got no reason to lie about it. You're not gonna make it to there. For some of y'all who gonna still decide to go and do what you were paid to do, I see somebody got $5,000. Wow. 5,000. So that person's life was only worth $5,000. You take $5,000 to go murder somebody. I hear this person who's gonna try to come murder somebody, they want to shut you up. So somebody taking $5,000 because they want to shut somebody's mouth up, and somebody thinking about coming to do it. But for the ones who are going to do it, meaning you done premeditated it to do it, it ain't gonna turn out good for you. And the only reason why I know that God wants you to know it because it's coming out in the reading. But this ain't for everybody that you gon' even get to this part. I'm telling you, you're not gonna get to this part. You're not gonna even make it to this. Some of y'all. Moving along. Oh, wow. So for some of y'all, the person that you want to take out, I hear, to shut them up, is one of Jesus' spirit babies. Y'all, if you've been watching my channel, you know what a spirit baby is. And you know what a Jesus spirit baby is. They ain't gonna turn out right for you at all. I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing because I'm just trying to tell you before you even think about that dumb shit. Everything, first of all, let's break it down. You ain't got the right to take another motherfucking person's life. If you ain't defending yourself because somebody trying to hurt you and you trying to protect yourself, you do not have the right to go and try to take anybody's motherfucking life. Number one. Number two, and I ain't going to even have to go to number three after I do number two. You going to try to kill a Jesus baby? you for real? Okay. I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. All right. This person who might try to come and kill a Jesus baby, a spirit baby, that's Jesus baby. It might be on a Sunday that they coming. Okay? And or also hear somebody's funeral services is on a Sunday coming up. Somebody's funeral services. Somebody who passed away, funeral services is coming up on a Sunday. It says, stop complaining. I hear somebody on their spiritual journey, their walk, continues to complain. God say stop complaining. Let me tell you, I done done it. I done complained, and God told me to stop. My ancestors told me to stop. And eventually I stopped. I did. But I did complain. But God wants you to know, stop complaining. And it's not a bad thing that they're telling you this because they didn't told me that. But it evened itself out. Okay? Just try to get to the point where you just stop complaining, because it's literally, they want you to understand that this is what it is. God just wants you to surrender to the situation. Okay? Surrender to it. Don't do nothing fucked up though. Why you look? Let me tell you something. First thing you can do is get on your spiritual journey and start doing that fuck shit that you used to do. If God didn't deliver you from something or a situation, let's say you was a thief or a con artist. Now maybe you was a karmic, but you didn't decide to give your life to God and you on your spiritual journey, and you continue to complain, but then you start thinking about doing some fuck shit. Don't do it. It's only gonna make it harder. I promise you, he ain't gonna like it. It's gonna make it harder. So just stop. Try to stop complaining. I know it's hard. Hold on, let me get my pillow right. I'll just put it right here. I know it's hard to stop complaining because I've been her, or you it might be a him. I've been that person. I didn't look at that guy like, is you serious? You got me. I don't understand. I'm doing everything you told me to do, Lord. My ancestors, they get on me. They used to get on me. I ain't like it. Sometimes God would actually take up for me when I was complaining and the ancestors got on me because I was complaining too much. And I tell God like how I feel, what I was going through at the time, and how I was getting tired of, being silenced because I was feeling the way I was feeling, and I needed to let it out, and then God would allow it. God would allow it. And sometimes my ancestors used to be like, boy, you sure love you some just. And I look at like, spiritual, like, well, that's a problem. And then my ancestors be like, nah, it ain't no problem, but we love you too. How he gonna get to love you all this like that and we can't love on you? They'll say something sweet like that, which I thought was funny. But it's a part of it. Complaining is a part of it. I mean, don't feel bad about it. I just feel like this is just trying to kind of like let you know about bringing it to your awareness that they hear you complaining and maybe to try to stop it. But if you complain again, it's okay. Just talk to God about it. Just tell him, man, I just didn't know it was gonna be like this, or whatever you feeling. If you want to cry, like, let it out. Because you're gonna go through all those stages. You're gonna cry. You're not gonna understand stuff. You're not gonna know what the next step is. Sometimes you're not gonna understand God. You're not gonna understand. There's a lot of things you're not gonna understand until you understand it. And all those tears you cry and stress and all that you go through, it's going to build you. I promise. If you allow it. Now you can break you if you allow that. Or you can learn the flow to acceptance. And you can realize that the complaining ain't gonna make you go no faster. It ain't gonna make you go no faster, brother or sister. God ain't gonna be like, oh, you complaining, let me help you get there faster. Nope. He just gonna be looking at you like, when you gonna learn to stop it? Understand the lesson. Understand why you are where you are right now. And even if you don't understand that this is what it is. Are you gonna accept it or not? And once you just get into that part where you're like, okay, all right, I surrender. I surrender all. And you'll be all right. And then you get to the point where you get even more into the surrender. You're like, well, if I die in my car, because I don't know what's going to happen to me next. But you feel the feel. You feel like God got something better for you, right? But if you don't even get the better, you just surrender to it. It gets better in the surrender. It gets better to not know what is going to happen, whether you end up dying or you end up flying. It don't matter. You learn to surrender to God and what God's will is for your life, whatever that is. And it's comfortable there. Now when you keep on fighting that shit, it ain't comfortable. It ain't comfortable at all. I'll tell you, it ain't comfortable. Stop. Don't do it to yourself, brother, sister. Don't do it. Because this It don't change shit. Nothing. Nothing at all. Matter of fact, if you got a car, every time you get to a stop sign, remember this word. Stop. Complaining. Because it ain't going to make the motherfucking cars go faster. Or stop for you. I'm just telling you. It's a little bit of insight. All right, moving on. Toxic. Yeah, I feel like whomever this resonating with, I feel like even if you are not on a spiritual journey, you are toxic, or you was toxic. And God got you on a spiritual journey or something like that to awaken you to your toxicity. And if you're not on a spiritual journey, you are toxic. And God needs for you to see, because of your life, I hear your upbringing is the reason why you have a toxic mindset, and the reason why you think the way you think. Like right now, I'm thinking about a ham and cheese sandwich. Literally. Like about how when I get off, he'll make me one. So serious. Okay? You're toxic. That's the person that's on a spiritual journey, who taking the walk, and the one who ain't. You toxic. Your mindset is controlling you your whole life. The way you view the world, you think everybody think like you. And everybody don't. You got a toxic mindset. You think negative thoughts all the time. Until you free yourself from yourself, you're going to continue to think like that. The only way you can free yourself from yourself is to go with God and let God help you with them thoughts in your head. And when you get them thoughts together, them chains is going to break from your mind, and you're going to have peace up there. And you're going to see the world differently. Even though the world is fucked up, but the world that you're going to build around you, that God has for you, for your world, you're going to stop thinking so toxic and doing toxic behaviors. That's called inner work. Yep, you could have multiple lovers whom this resonates with, the toxicity, the person that's toxic. You got a toxic mind. You got traumas. Need to heal. Need to heal. You could have a bald fade, but you do not have to have a bald fade that it's going to resonate with, that's toxic and have multiple lovers. You could be considered a divine masculine. They might call you a divine masculine. You could be a woman or a man. But I hear that you're a karmic divine masculine. You're not necessarily, you divine, because divine is what? Dark and light. Right? Divine does not mean that divine means that you just light, right? Divine is dark and light, so that means that you, karmic means that you in your dark side. You're in your dark side. You could be considered divine masculine if you resonate with being a divine masculine, or you've been called a divine masculine, whether you're a woman or a man, and you got multiple lovers, and you toxic, you think negative, this for you. That's why your life ain't changing. You toxic. Nobody want to be around that shit that's healing, okay? Get your shit together. All right? For someone is going to have a prosperous business. I hear you got a business idea. God say that it's going to be prosperous. And this could be actually for a divine masculine or feminine, not karmic. Divine masculine or feminine. You're trying to create a business, is going to be prosperous. Yeah, for the karmic masculine, divine masculine, you're a bully out here. Your toxic behavior, you're a bully. I hear that you a bully in the spiritual realm and you a bully in the physical. You a bully. You toxic. And you want things to change for you. And you bullying people. Using your position to manipulate people's lives and situation. God say the fact that you bully people, God's going to bully you. That's that stone. I heard that stone. You threw the stone at somebody, that stone got to be thrown back at your ass. You's a bully out here. God gonna bully you. You ain't gonna like it either, but you gonna surely deserve it. Either it's going to humble you, so you can see there's something wrong with you, or it's gonna break you. Humble or break. Which one you gonna go with? Yep. You a part of a family demonic cult. That's confirmation. The toxic, karmic divine masculine. With a toxic mindset with multiple lovers. It's a part of a family demonic cult. And there's a bully out here in these streets bullying people. Out here abusing the spiritual power that he or she has. You're gonna get bullied back. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna break you. If you don't surrender to the fact that you're a toxic motherfucker, you could have gotten a divorce with someone or about to divorce someone that this resonates with, the karmic masculine, specifically masculine. I thought I heard divine feminine and or divine feminine, but it's a karmic divine masculine that's toxic with multiple lovers, that's either divorced or going to get a divorce, with the toxic mindset. This is who this is for. And this is confirmation. You just said, I wonder if that's for me, or this is my situation, and it speaks to you. This is the answer. Yes, this is for you. God is going to bully you back. You threw the stone, you got to get the stone back, period. Yeah, you won't sit with yourself and get to the root of the problem. There's a root to the issue, that the fact that you're doing all of this. I hear that you can't stay in stable relationships. You think everything is funny in a game. It's a joke. You do things behind the scenes so nobody won't see you doing it. You wear a hell of a mask. People think that you're really sweet and kind, but you're not. I hear you're the devil, either in the making or the devil itself. You got so many secrets in your closet, sometimes you forget the secrets that you've hidden. You and your demonic family do some fuck shit to people that you will get paid for. I hear for whomever this gonna resonate, some of your family members are about to start passing away. I hear that's collateral. I hear that's the devil's collateral. Apparently, okay, we're getting a little deep on it. We're going to pause on this card. So we about to get deep to the root. About to get to the root with this person. So you mess with shit. You into shit that is satanic, which makes sense because you're a part of a demonic family cult. I hear y'all do shipments of drugs. I feel like I'm never mind. I'll just keep on going. Anyway. I hear y'all baby killers. Meaning y'all sacrifice babies. Y'all into child pornography. You con your way through life all your life. You manipulate situations. You've learned to wear a mask so strong on your face that nobody can actually see that you're wearing a mask. You do PP loans. You con people. You do fraud. Prostitution. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I can understand it's demonic cult. I can understand that. And you refuse to heal. God says, see, the problem with you, whomever this resonates with, you refuse to sit down and let God show you what the root of your problem is. Because God say even demons bow to him. He said he said it's like I see somebody in the spirit who run away from God so much so they can continue into their dark activities, that they run in the spirit to get away from God in the dark. And God shuts a door in their face so they can't run in it. And they go run in the dark to find another one just so they can run away from God in the root of their problem. Okay? I see this person running in the spirit. God go boom. And then they run somewhere else to find another door. Boom. And they just keep running. They do not want to face themselves, because they feel like if they face themselves, what they see about themselves is going to be very ugly. And they don't feel like they can mentally be able to sit with that. So they indulge more in the dark shit because it make them feel good, make them feel alive, make them feel like they're in control and in power. They like what they do. They enjoy it. But see, the problem is what they enjoy is hurting other people that God care about. And yes, God care about all of us, but he punishes the wicked when the wicked keeps on being wicked and they don't want to change. Okay? And that wickedness is causing harm to someone who is not being wicked. See, God give people, the wicked, chance after chance, because God know the punishment that he's going to give the wicked for coming up against somebody who's not being wicked is great. And it's a lot of sorrow and pain. But sometimes God have to get people, again, like God reminded me, like I talked about the other day, God sometimes have to get people in the desert. And God be trying not to get people in the desert, because in the desert there's nobody but God and them. And there's nowhere else that they can turn but other than a desert. And the more that they do not want to quench the thirst of God, God will continue to make them quench but never give them the drink to drink. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes God got to get you on your face in tears. He got to break you down. And sometimes he have to cause sorrows in your life because God knows that you hurt. And just like that story that I told y'all about the kids, the siblings, it's your upbringing. And God trying to get you to see that before you ruin your entire life. It's the upbringing, is what you've been taught. It's the unhealedness, if that's a word. You're not healed, unhealed. And it's the reason why you're acting like this, because you were brought up in a demonic family cult. You were brought up in this cult to go and kill, steal, destroy, lie, mess with kids, prostitute your body, all of the demonic things, all of the unhealed indulgements. And God been trying to get you to just like, stop. Just stop. And you won't. So when God is trying to get your, oh, this is the person that God was talking about, because I hear that somebody say, the heavens cry out for this soul. They pray for this soul. That soul that I was talking about the other day on one of my lives. This person, God say, dive deep into it. Jesus. I'm sorry y'all get like that, because I be knowing how, when I get deep into it, it just be so heavy, or so just, it be a lot. I be feeling the feel of what the people going through. So it's like I'm experiencing what they experience, and it'd be a lot for me, y'all. Okay? So forgive me if I sigh sometimes. Not that I don't want to tell the story, and it just be I know what I'm about to go into, and it take a lot of my energy. Okay? I wish it would make me help me sleep sometime. All right, it says reconnecting, you're live again. So what God wants you to understand, whomever this is for, whoever keep running from God, and the same person I hear at the same time running from God want God to help them. It's almost like an oxymoron. It's almost like, help me, Lord, help me, please. I can't stop my mind from thinking negative and doing bad things. Help me, but then I'm going to keep on doing it. To understand this person is to understand this is all they know. To understand this person is to understand when you are brought up in an environment and this is what you've been taught. This is the root of what you are. This is the seed that has been planted in the ground of who you are. This is the seed that grew. This is the root. And only God can go in there and pull the roots up, nurture that seed and give it life again. Shine the light on the darkness. Only God can do that. But your problem is that you keep running. You want the help. But even when God isolates you, you are so afraid to face what God is trying to show you that needs to be healed, that you indulge in alcohol, drugs to numb God out again. It's like you telling the doctor, and doctor will be God, the metaphor, right? You're telling the doctor, I got this here wound on my arm and it won't heal. Can you help me heal this here? Doctor say, okay, let me give you some medicine. You get the medicine, but you don't put the medicine on there, but then you keep on opening up the wound more and more to the point where it get to the meat. And then you go back to the doctor and you say that thing it's getting worse. And doc say, well, did you put the medicine on there? And then you lie because you in darkness, right? No, well, yeah, I've been putting the medicine on there. That medicine not working. It's not working. I need something, doctor, because look at that thing getting to the meat. Getting to the meat. Well, did you mess with it? No, I ain't touch it. I ain't touching that thing. That thing just getting bad, doctor, getting infected. The doctor said, okay, I'm going to give you something stronger, and I want you to take this medication, this antibiotics, because it is getting infected. Don't touch it. Okay. Go home. Ain't no medicine going in your body. Ain't nothing going on your arm. You're just doing this. That thing gets so bad. So bad. So bad that it's an open wound. And now you got to go to like a wound clinic. And if they say you keep on doing it, it's going to deteriorate because you've been scratching with your nails. You got bacteria on your nails and all of this. And they keep telling you, God saying, hello, hello. And you say, okay, all right. Go home. I'm gonna keep my nails off of it. And it get bad. So deep down in there that now it's messing with everything in here. Now they say I'm gonna have to cut this part of your arm off. Because now it's a bacteria and it became a flesh-eating bacteria. So if we don't cut this off and stop the bacteria, it's going to go up here and you're going to have no arm. But what do? God have to get you to the point where sometimes he got to cut your arm off for you to listen. Sometimes when you don't listen, he got to go and then start working up to the shoulder. Because he see where you ain't going to stop this. Even though he done told you, he go to medicine, he go this, he go there, don't do that, don't do that. You keep doing it. And what God's telling me, someone in your family is going to pass away. Someone you love dearly. Because you won't stop the toxicity. And the heavens cry out for you to be saved. I hear, because you are the curse breaker. You are the curse breaker. And the heavens want you to heal so much that they pray and ask God to please don't end them. Please. We believe that they can do it. That's one of us. They lost their way, God. Please. Just give them another chance. Please, God. Please. God said, okay. Well, let me move some things around. They toxic behavior, they might want to hurt somebody else. They doing shit behind the closed doors. Let me move the innocent people out the way, way away from them. Because I can't allow them to mess with the one that is doing right, because they don't want to get right. So God do his magic. And God said, I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying to give you a chance. If I got to start stripping you naked, and when I say naked, not your clothes, your spirits, unveil you, expose you, crush you down to everyone seeing you for who you are behind that mask, because you won't heal, because God want to get to the root of the problem, and you won't allow him to. He will strip you down to the root to expose the seed that's rotten, so that he can shine the light on it. And sometimes he got to take some people out that you love so you can stay still. And when he gets you to yourself and he put you out there in the desert, then you go in the desert trying to find something to get high. Maybe this dirt can make me high. Maybe it make me, no. Stop numbing yourself from God. Because even the heavens can cry out, even the ancestors could pray for you. And God can do everything he can try to do, because he see all the way up in that darkness is a little bit of light that you was hurt. See the light. It's dim. I managed to get just a little spark in there. Let me help you. But God can only do that for so long. So God started listening to these angels and these ancestors pray for this person, this soul, whomever you are, praying, please, 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 please. They're one of our only hopes for our bloodline. So God said, okay, well, then if they won't listen, I'm gonna have to make them listen. And then the ancestors tell God, the angels say, okay, we rather you take them, because this one was the chosen one to do this, and we know they can do it, because we want them to come back to where they belong with us. Take the rest of them. If this gotta bring them down to their knees, which it will, then do that, Lord. So God look and say, who you love the most? Who in your family demonic cult you love the most? God say, guess that was confirmation, because I was about to say, God said, I'm going to take them down. If that phone fell down, God said, I'm going to take them down. They gotta go. They gotta die. And then the more you resist that, because now you gotta go through grief. And God understand that when you go through the grief, you might indulge more into the drugs and the alcohol and all the numb things, that the things that you do to help you numb. But God will get you to the point where when he really, because people have favor in you, and even though he have favor in you because he wants you to win, sometimes God will have to be like, okay, so you gonna still numb instead of facing this grief. So then he started going to the next person that you love. Boom. Take them down. Now I hear you codependent. So this is going to break you. Because these people that he's going to take down, you're codependent too. And he going to keep on doing that until, if he got to just get you you and take all of them people down, he'll do it, because you, that one person, is so important in the world to their whole bloodline, even the ones he got to take out. But God said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to cut your arm right here. I just want you to go ahead on, baby, and just put on that little cream. Put it on. Stop scratching. I know it might itch. Don't scratch it, baby. Let me heal it from within. Just put the cream on, okay, sweetheart? Let me rub it. I know you hurt. I know, baby. It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I don't want to have to do this. I don't have to get up to here. I just want to allow me to work the inner infections and the wounds on the inside. So when the heal on the outside is going to be all right. Let me do this for you, baby. Just go ahead and put that cream on there like I told you. And you're going to see that itch is going to stop, and it's going to feel better. You ain't going to have to scratch it no more. Let me do that, baby, for you. And this is what God wants to do for you ultimately. He just want to heal it. Let me heal it. Let me love on you. Let me help you face your hurts. Let me help you see the trauma. Let me help you see that you are greater than what you think. Let me help build all of that you lost along the way. Let me help you. But if you don't, and you keep doing this, and you're going to go up to here, and you ain't going to have none of that. You could have cancer. You could currently have cancer. Or you could be a zodiac cancer that this is going to resonate with. I hear for somebody, if this resonates with you, and you was one of the people who wouldn't stop or something, like for some of y'all, I hear the ending of your life, meaning like this is, if you have cancer and you've been this person, this story that I've been telling you about, the divorce, the toxic person, you in a demonic cult family, all that stuff like that, and you have cancer, this may be the ending of your life. Or somebody who you know related to you, I hear, could have cancer if you don't. And you gonna know this resonate with you because that's very detailed. You could have a cat, or someone that you know have a cat that you actually like this cat. There's a cat could be hanging around your house that this is gonna resonate with. That's because I see a cat walking around somebody's house, a black and white cat. You could be a twin that this is gonna resonate with, or you could be considered someone's twin flame. You could live in a house that this is going to resonate with. It's very specific. Can't make it up. We've been talking about secrets. We've been talking about secrets. You could have a whole bunch of secrets that is really eating you alive. You could be the person that's the sibling, right? Because that's one story. Or you could be this person who got toxicities and all that, and you a divine karmic masculine. Okay, you got a bunch of secrets that you do not want to be exposed. But you continue to throw the rock and hide your hand at other people, and that's not okay. You're setting your own self up. Your family, cult, or haters. Look, I can't make it up, man. We just talked about the demonic cult. You then became a hater just like your family. You was actually one of the ones that was chosen to break these chains. That's why God wanted what? And go back to it, God say. Go back to what God trying to do. Let's see. God is trying to where that God? Where that? Now I know I had to remember it said the root. Maybe it's right here. Ah, that's funny. It's right here. God's trying to get to the root of it. God's trying to get to the root of things. Okay? You are a product of your environment and upbringing, God says. This whole reading is about people's life, their upbringing, how they became who they are, why they are the way they are. This whole energy is about that. Understanding people's walk, why they do what they do, why they think the way they think, why they do the fuck shit. And if this is your reading, this is for God's. This is God telling you, I'm reaching my hand out to you still. Don't be the person that get locked up and they won't let me out. Don't be the person that you ain't going to find out what's going to happen to you if you try it. I'm just telling you. Don't be the person who God got to take your family members down because you won't stop and just sit with God. Don't be that person. Let God get to the root of your issue so you can feel better. Some of y'all will and some of y'all won't. God said no. God said no. Somebody asked the question. I hear somebody say, will I ever be back with my twin flame? Here go your answer. Will I ever see them again? That's gonna hurt somebody, but you have to understand, like, if you are a karmic divine masculine who you know was chosen to do a walk and be with your twin flame and come into an alignment, but you tried to kill them, do you really think, and you still keep running from God, and you passed the timing, but the only reason why you still on earth is because the heavens cry out and pray for you? I mean, come on, I ain't gotta even tell you the answer. Why would you think that God would allow you to be with your twin flame after you've done all the things that you've done? And you know what you've done, and there's lots of things. I could make a list about it, but I don't have to, because you know what you've done. Even though you want to lie to yourself and say you haven't, you know you've done it. Your closet is of plenty of skeletons. So much so that you done created 4 more doors to put the secrets in. You tried to end your twin flame's life. You lied. And I'm not going to go to the list because I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like doing it today because I already got a headache. Because this is a lot in y'all's energy. And you think God is going to say, okay, yeah, now you could be with your twin flame. No, see, the whole purpose of now at this point, God trying to heal you is so that you can still make it into the new world, right? Because apparently you didn't make it. And you still doing the same thing that you've been doing to cause you not to make it. This is now about you and God. It ain't about you and the twin flame no more. That's done. That's severed. That's done. Because every time God told you to stop doing the things that you were doing towards your twin flame, you wouldn't stop. Because of your behavior, because of your traumas, the root of your problem, which is your upbringing, being brought up in this demonic cult, caused you to do stuff towards your twin flame that they did not deserve, but you didn't stop. And you think that God's going to miraculously say, okay, now you finally are healing. You've got to the place where you in the desert. Hopefully you don't have to get that far, but it look like you head that way. And now you want to be with your twin flame. No, this is about your healing. This ain't about no coming together with your twin flame because you done did so much. God, again, the only reason why you still here is because the heavens prayed for you. Your ancestors prayed for you because you are one of the last hopes of their bloodline to be the chains to be broken. you the chain breaker. They betted on you. They betted on you. God say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I feel like you're consumed with a lot of fear all the time. And you don't know what the unknown brings. Baby, you're always in the unknown. Darkness is the unknown. So how do you fear something that you're constantly always in? You're always in darkness. The unknown is darkness. It's like, what's in front of me? I can't see it. It's unknown. But I'm going to walk anyway and find out. Hopefully there's some steps that I won't fall down. I can grab the rail. And God said, okay, yeah, you can grab the rail. Here go a little light. Since you found the stairs because you didn't know what was right there. Don't be afraid. Do it for yourself. When you stop thinking about somebody getting back with a twin flame and all that shit, and you think about yourself and your self-healing, then you're thinking right. Because the healing has never been for you to heal for your twin flame. It's always been you to heal for yourself, even if you were with your twin flame. It's always been about self. Some of y'all who this gonna resonate with, you could be a stripper currently, or used to be a stripper, or I feel like the sister or the brother of the sibling who was intimate or whatever could have been stripper. Somebody's a stripper. Maybe your partner. If this resonates with you, somebody's a stripper that you know. This is important in this equation. You could be one. You could think about being a stripper. Okay? Take it as it resonates. You could be on TV, and it does not have to be like an actual television that you turn on and put a channel on. It could be like a platform that this is going to resonate with. You could be powerful on your platform. You're helping to change lives. The person who don't want to change is a spoiled brat. Want everything their way. You could have imposter syndrome, not knowing who you are, identity crisis, things like that. or wanting to be someone else other than yourself, or still the same thing. Your uncle on your dad's side is a traitor. He just wants to live off of you. I hear money. Maybe you came into some money or something. He just want to con you, rip you off. I hear he got that "oh, woo, it's me" mentality. That's confirmation, yes. This uncle is a con artist. I hear he'll lie to you and manipulate you. Maybe he might be a little bit spiritual, maybe know a little something in the arts, dark arts possibly. Maybe some kind of reader or something, but ultimately he not working for your highest good. Stop listening to him. Go see somebody else. You are an enabler. You are an enabler to your demonic cult family. You're an enabler. And you were taught to be an enabler. And you have been enabled. Enabler. How you say it. Basically, you're an enabler that this is going to resonate with. Instead of you telling people no, you just do it. You don't, you let people run over you, use you, instead of telling people no, I'm not gonna give you money to go get drugs because I love you, whatever, you do it. I ain't got no money for my bills. They might have the money, you still give it to them. You don't make people get what they need to get and be adults. You don't know how to say no. Everything is a yes. I hear sometimes your yeses get you in a lot of trouble because you don't know how to say no. It's sometimes even when you in the company of, per se, could be a man, and he want to slide up in you, and you you want to say no, I don't want to do it, but then you just let him do it because you don't know how to say no. This is why you need healing. Yeah, you around a whole bunch of people that you just let step all over you. A bunch of con artists. I hear fraudsters, fakers, mask wearers. They just lead you to wherever they want. Oh, going up there to the street, do this and that. Okay, go do this. Okay. Oh, you like that robot that I was talking about. Well, I think you probably like girls. Oh, I do? Okay, I'm going to go like a girl. Well, no, I think you like boy. Okay, I'm going to go like boy. Left, right. Let me see. No. Get a grip of your life, bro. Or sis. Get a grip. That's what God's trying to tell you, no. No. Can't make it up. Didn't I say a bunch of fraudsters? Didn't I say that? You into fraud. What I just said? I said this demonic family, this toxic person, which is a karmic masculine, which is somebody's twin flame, who's supposed all of that, into fraud, stealing, killing, all the shit. You actually chosen, but then this what you choosing to do, which ain't gonna help your bloodline. Your bloodline gonna be the reason why they praying for you, because they know that when the seals close, your bloodline gonna be stuck in that darkness with nothing but demonic. They don't want to be there, and they thought you could do it. That's why they praying to God and asking God, please give them a chance, please, because they know that this is the time and the era that the revelations is coming. The new world's already there. People coming back to help other people to hopefully make it this time. And because you was chosen by your bloodline to heal and break chains, you are the last fucking whisper in the wind. That's the only reason why you alive. Because the shit that you've done, you should have been gone. And that's why God said, I'm about to get your ass in the desert, or if I gotta cut you all the way up to your shoulder, I will. Because your bloodline is praying for you to get it together. They praying. They like, we do not want to be fucking trapped in this shit forever. We willing to take the whole motherfucking family down that's still alive for that one motherfucker to have nobody to hopefully wake that motherfucker up, because they was the chosen child. We chose them. And when they choose and they do a contract, that child got to do what they supposed to do. The contracts ain't with these other family members, it's with you. You the one, you the last hope. But you don't see how big your calling is. You want to fuck around. You a narcissist. You a narcissist. And what this tells me is that God can change a narcissist, but look how much God got to do to get you still and to heal. And you only became this deep wounded narcissist because you continue to go riding on down in hell. I'm going to keep on making more traumas for myself. Even though I already had traumas when I got here and I was born into this demonic, evil fucking family cult. And we do fraud and all of the things. I sell my body. We do shit to kids. All that. I'm going to continue to do it. And do more shit. I'm going to keep on racking it up. And your ancestors is out there in the heavens is crying. They crying. Because they know it's only going to take a miracle, and they all going to have to come together as a team to help you break the generational curse. Because the shit that you done wrecked up, they don't even, it's like a miracle and a hope that, first of all, one, you stop, don't create no more karma, please. Please don't create no more. They begging you to not create no more karma. Because they hope and praying that God can awaken you, and you can see the fuck shit that you doing and see why you been doing it, and you actually get on your path. But it's so much shit that you creating, they don't even know how you gonna motherfucking make it, because the karma that you gotta pay for, because you tried to kill your own fucking twin flame and you lied on them. And all the other fuck shit that you done to some innocent people. Because you a narcissist. I need you to hear that, and it's going to trigger the fuck out you, but that's what the fuck you are. Because you need to see the truth. The light. So you can wake the fuck up. Your family on the other side is, they wishing and praying for you, bro. Sis, they praying for you. They don't want them seals to close and them never being able to enjoy the happiness, the peace, the love. Eight. Not mistaken, somebody about to have prosperity in their life. Or this narcissist out here may finally wake up and become prosperous within themselves with God. I pray that for you. Brother in their 50s will be buried alive. Everybody ain't don't make it because they won't change from their ways. This brother buried in their 50s, if they don't come back in the body before the revelation, when they come back, they're going to come back to darkness. Some of y'all going to find out your aunt is your hidden enemy. I hear a witch, somebody who lied on you. Cause all kind of calamities in your life. God said that person will be put down. And I'm going to say what I hear. This is not my words, what I hear God saying. That person will be put down like a dog. And it's for the ones who love pets. It's no offense to the pets, but God wants me to express it like that, the severity of it, because of whatever this person did. I hear they the shit maker, meaning they the one who caused all the shit, the dominoes to affect other people's lives and cause other shit to happen. God said they didn't cause not like just your life to be fucked up, but they cause a multitude, a group of people lives to have a domino effect with the lies and the shit that they did. Whew. Jesus. You could be a Cancer, or Cancer could be, I see on the back, could be wanting to stab someone, or they could have a stabbing going on, dealing with the Cancer. I hear God saying, I'm going to take you out before you try to take them out. The person that they want to take out could be considered a star seed. This is a person that was sent from the heavens, a chosen child who was protected by God. This person could be on a social media platform that's a star seed, a Cancer, and are a group of dark witches and warlocks, demonic people want to take out. I hear in silence. This person will never be taken out. They trust in the Lord. You will before them ever. God say continue to trust in him. You are protected. No worries. No need to worry or fear. Next card, I want to make you climax on some galactic type shit. Oh, so I feel two energies coming from this. Somebody is attracted to someone. Someone is highly attracted to someone. Someone wants to make love, have sex with someone. I hear that. I want to make stars happen. That's so cute. That's cute. Other person, I feel like it's somebody karmic twin flame, because they have a lot of sex demons on them. They think about sex a lot, and they think about a lot of sex with you. They kind of starting to open up their eyes a little bit as to who you really are, whereas they were seeing you a different way from maybe what other people said or the way they perceived you, and now they want to go to the moon and stars with you, but they not healed. They not healed. On the back is they're going to tell you their secrets and never tell yours. And this is for somebody who, not the karmic. This is for somebody who got a secret admirer or a secret crush. Someone is crushing on somebody. This person want to be your person. And or could be a new person that's going to come into your life that want to do some things to you. This person I feel could be a player from the Himalayas at one point though. I don't know if they so this person, this new person for somebody. So this what I'm gonna tell you what I feel, and I'm gonna tell you all the stuff I hear. The fact that they thinking about you from a sexual perspective, it tells me they got more healing to do, because this person was a player. Okay, this person had a lot of sex partners. They cute. They cute. They cute. They got the sex appeal, honey. Okay, let me say that. They got the all of it. Whether they're a woman or a man. They just got this. The word that I was trying to say the other day, Zenequa. Okay, they got this thing about them, or Genequa, Genequa, Genequa. How you pronounce it? It starts with a J, so it's probably Genequa. They give me. I get any motherfucking body I want. They got mad confidence. Whomever this person is, this new person energy. See, the thing about this person, I feel it's almost like they got the mentality of, I know you can make a player stop being a player, but see, that's not your responsibility. That's the problem with this person. Okay, it's not that you could not make them. It's not that your energy wouldn't make them stop being a player because they see you're a good person, but they don't realize the fact that they thinking like that. They need to heal, because they shouldn't come in your life thinking that because I come in this person's life, they can make a player put their player cards down. Their player cards should already be down before they enter your life. See, that's the thing with them. It's not that they bad. It's just that they so good at being who they always been, charming, sex appeal, the gazing in the eyes, and I got bands I hear, like I got bands, they want to wife you or husband you, but they're missing the bigger picture. It's, the fact that they're coming still from the energy of sex. Okay, they're coming from perspective of what they've always been in the sex of energy, like the energy sex, like like I can get this person, I can have this person, I can fuck this person, I can do this, and it's like if they really saw you, they will see you, not the fact that they want to take you on some galactic type of shit. That can come with it, right, at some point, but it's not. Why are you coming from that point of view instead of who the person is, right? And then if that gets to that point, then you take them on some galactic type of shit. See what I'm saying? So they still need to do some work. It's not your responsibility to make a player put their cards down. Because that means that you're going to still be tempted. You feel me? You're going to still be tempted, player. How about you go work on yourself before you enter this person's life? Put your cards down, your player cards. Understand this person's worth. Understand that everything ain't about sex. It's about deep connection and actually getting to know someone. And then if it leads up to that spark in the sexual aspect of y'all connecting, then it happens. But not coming in from that perspective. Yeah. You take it for whatever you want, whomever this is. If this your story and a player come in, this your decision. All right. Got 2 more cards. Lies on top of trash. Like, again, this karmic masculine, divine masculine lied. And then lie on you. They lie to people. They good at the lie. They're able to keep a straight face. They able to keep the mask up. They are very convincing. They're very manipulative with their words. They will make anybody believe whatever they say, but they're a liar. And they tell lies on top of trash, on top of trash, on top of trash. They're so good at what they do, they make people question if they really are really telling the truth. They make people confused, and where confusion lies is the devil. So people have a hard time not thinking that they're telling the truth because they're so good at it. I mean, when you have been brought up in an environment that this karmic masculine divine person has been brought up in, why wouldn't you think that they're a master manipulator? Like, come on. When people master something, that means that I got the highest degree in what the fuck I do. And if you don't have a degree in that, and you might have maybe like an associate's degree, but no, bitch, I've mastered it. Why wouldn't you think that they'll be convincing? Ask yourself that. In order to break down the master, you have to become the master, to understand the master, to know how to break down the master. Apply pressure. Question. Keep on. Healthy criticism, because most people who are master manipulators, that most of the time are narcissists, that pressure and that criticism, that healthy criticism, because they always want to be right and they don't want to see, they want to know that their manipulation is working on you. You start questioning shit and breaking that shit down, you're going to see that mask crack. They ain't going to like it. They might start attacking you behind the scenes. I ain't trying to laugh, but I just know. Been there. Grew up around some of them. I know. Somebody might be getting an Uber towards somebody to come talk to them, or they could be an Uber driver. You could be an Uber driver. Someone could be thinking about getting an Uber driver job, but need a car. This might be your reading something in here for you. Last card, being alone is healing. Not what I said. God trying to get somebody in the desert to stop doing the shit that they doing. All right, you get them alone, they start drinking. Get them alone, they start doing drugs. They numbing themselves. And God say, I gotta take your whole family down just to get you alone so you can heal. Stop being afraid. This for you. Sometimes God gotta get you to heal. To get you alone to heal so you can see what's wrong. For some of y'all who have been going through, the ones that's been on a journey, who complaining, that was in the car, stop complaining. Go treat yourself. Do little things like that for you. You might not have a lot of money or something like that. Some of y'all might say, I'm trying to, ration my money or whatever. Or maybe you're on your spiritual journey and you are in the house all the time. You don't go do nothing for yourself. God say, go treat yourself. Go do something. I feel like that's for me too, but I'm good. I'm all right. Child. I mean, I can't tell you to go treat yourself, right? But God say, go treat yourself. You can do it. You don't have to. I'm good. I'll treat myself when I get a chance, but I'm all right. But God say, go treat yourself. Whatever that is, could be something small. Might be where you go and polish your own toes, because maybe you ain't polished your toes in a while. Go get you some polish. If you can't afford it, polish your toes and make your toes look pretty. Clip them and shape them up and get all that dead skin off of them on your own. Do something special that make you feel like you're doing something nice for yourself. Okay? It's okay. I hear somebody crying. It's gonna be all right. I know it's hard. I do. Look. I'm a living proof. It'd be hard. It'd be hard. I know, but you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You just gotta find that center. I promise. I mean, it's not say that you're not gonna have your days. I can't say that I'll be having days, because I refuse to let me have myself to have certain days. I'm just like, I've been there. I know how that shit feel. I'm not doing it. Ain't no place to be in that place when you already been in that place and you understand what that place is, and you could be right here in this place and accept it. And it's not easy for y'all who gonna take a journey, for the karmic masculine, even if you're a karmic feminine, it's not. I ain't ever on my channel one time told y'all it was easy. I wouldn't even lie to you. It ain't. It will challenge every being of you sometime, especially mental, because the devil like to fuck with your mental. That devil gonna attack your mental before he attack anything else. Because if he could go ahead and end you in the beginning, break you down mentally, Oh, he feel like, oh, bitch, this bitch ain't gonna be able to put themselves back together again. Look at that motherfucker crazy. Look at that motherfucker. Yeah, bitch, you crazy than a motherfucker, bitch. Go on in that institution, bitch. You was easy. And to be honest with you, some of y'all might have mental breaks. And some of y'all might have to end up being in a mental institution or something like that, but don't think that that's the end. Because if you really want it and God see like you want it, and sometimes God will allow that mental break because sometimes he got to make you weak so he can make you strong. Just like I told you, sometimes he have to break you down to build you back up. That sometimes he got to break your mindset, which is your mind. He got to break that shit so that healing can just start. And sometimes some of y'all, especially people who have severe mental health issues like narcissists and stuff like that, even though it's starting the spirit first, sometimes God have to get you into a mental institution for you to get the proper help, so that you can deal and face with the shit that you've been going through, so the healing can begin. You know, God have his plan for everybody. He know what to do for your situation where you are mentally, spiritually, emotionally. He know how far he got to go to get you to where you need to be. Sometimes he got to break you down because some of y'all just won't stop running, and your purpose is important. Your purpose is important. You are important, even if you are a narcissist. And God trying to heal you. So allow God to do what God do. And if you have a mental break and you somewhere, or you ain't in the mental institution, or you ain't got a therapist or whatever, call on God. That's how I got through. I had to grasp my own mental when the gang stalking start. Like, can you imagine your whole world reality change? Where you would just walk down the street, going to the store, just normal. Now all of a sudden, you aware motherfuckers is following you. And then when you did see people following you, didn't understand it at first. You kind of shrugged it off, but then it got more prevalent in your life. You like, no, these motherfuckers follow me. And then you chug it up to, oh, I work for DoorDash. That's probably, they got a supervisor following me, making sure that I don't, not get the people the food or some shit like that. You tell yourself all kind of shit. Can you imagine realizing this what your world is when it wasn't your world at first? And now you really see it clearer. And then as you go along, you still don't understand why you're being followed. Because now it's wherever you go, and no, you don't understand until God directs you, or some YouTube thing pops up and talk about gang stalking, or you look up, if I'm being followed and this is what happened, and the definition says gang stalking. And you like, what is that? All this shit you gotta learn. And then you might not even know why. Who? Until God tell you. Can you imagine your brain having to process such fucking horrible reality? You go from one way to seeing life to a drastic another without even knowing what's going on. But then you depend on God to help you. But before you really grasp God really hard, because you like your reality getting more prevalent, it messes with your mental. Because your mental don't understand it. You don't know if you need to be strapped up, you need to fight, they trying to kill you. What is this? What is this? What does this mean? Who are these people? Why are they here? Why are they following me? You got to get all of that shit. And no one's telling you anything. And then as you go along the journey, you start finding out motherfuckers who you love is behind it. That's another. So now your mental, you gotta make you telling your mental, don't break, don't break, don't break. You hurt though, because you're going through all these different feelings and emotions. How could somebody do that to me? I ain't did nobody nothing. Why they want to do this to me? They ain't trying to kill me. They ain't trying to kill me. Your reality says, realize this is real. They are trying to kill you. Now you have that moment where you could break and have a mental break, but there's somewhere on the inside of you a fighter. And I don't know about you, but I know about me. When I was coming up, I told myself I did not and love my mama, and I didn't understand that she was being controlled by black magic, and that's why she was the way she was. But I told myself for years as a teenager, I don't ever want to be mentally ill. I don't ever want to be mentally ill. I don't want to be like my mama. I kept telling myself that throughout life. I don't want to be like my mama. You can't have a mental illness. Don't break. Don't break. You can't do it. Come on, you could be better. I kept telling myself that. Because I saw how bad my mama was. And how she wasn't able to really function in the world like other people. And other people could come into her life and just take advantage of her and do her fucked up shit. Control her life. And how when you did try to help her, like I did, because I cared, couldn't get through to her sometimes. I remember trying to save my mama one time. Brought her to my place. My mama sat there and ate food and threw everything behind my sofa. All the food, the bottles. And then when I would go and buy food, and she had her own food, she would eat all my food up and told me not to fucking touch her fucking food. And she was stressing me out so bad when I tried to rescue her. I was leaving the house at nighttime. My ex, she was a security guard. And it was about 10, maybe about, I'll say about maybe less than 10 miles where she worked at. And I would let her use my car to go to work. And at the time, I was just trying to get away from the stress from my mama. I would literally walk from my apartment to my ex's job at night. And my mom would say, I know you're leaving out that door to go sell drugs. And I understood she had mental health issues, but the things that she would come out her head with would just be like, wow, you really don't think highly of me at all. At all. But I understood that she had a mental health issue. And I would always put that on her mental health issue. And it used to hurt me to see that she would treat my sibling next to my age like she didn't have a mental health issue. But when it came to me, it was always an issue. But we had good moments. That's why I love her. But I understand again that somebody was doing black magic on my mama. And I know who. They will be brought down. But I never stopped loving my mama, because in the midst of all of that, I knew I had to hold on to the good mama that I knew was in there. And before my mama had this mental breakdown, when I was coming up as a kid, that was the same angel that was walking down the street in all white that worked at a hospital, who her 3 babies ran to her. She had open arms. And she picked us all up and kissed us all over the face. I had to hold on to that mama. Because I knew she existed. If she existed then, she existed somewhere up in the midst of all of that. My point is, when it comes to your mental health and mental breaks, you got to find your strength in the Lord and inside yourself. If you out here in these streets by yourself, and you know people doing black magic on you, wishing you to break and all of that, you got to find your strength. And if you end up breaking and you by yourself and you don't want to go to a mental hospital, you better call on the Lord. But one thing to do, I tell you this, cry that shit out. Let it out. Scream in your car, wherever the fuck you at. Don't let nobody see you doing it, because you don't want people coming over here when you having a break, right? Because then they gonna want to call the ambulance and see you trying to get through it, right? But let it out. Release it. Relieve it. Pray and ask God to put you back. But don't let the enemy win so much so where he gets you putting up in a mental institution and lie on you, because that's what he want to do. But if you know you need to go to a mental institution or get mental help, and you out here on this journey or whatever your situation, you could be a karmic, you could be a narcissist that have not, healed. Try to put somebody, if you in a mental institute, put somebody, I don't want to say a POA, but find that person that you could trust. Because most of the time, the people that's causing the mental health, which is the black magic over your life, them the motherfuckers who want you to be in there. They want you to be locked up in there, lie on you. So you don't want them to have the rule over your life, because you walking right into the enemy's hands. Think smart. That's why you need God, because God will make miracles happen for you. Because some of y'all do need to be in a mental institution, and you do need the help. Because you done went so far down in darkness, you done lost yourself. But God, if you hold on to God's hand, I promise you He'll put you back together again. I promise. He will put you. You just got to hold on. You want to be codependent? Be codependent to God. Hold on His hand like you hold on to something that when you die, it's still going to be holding on to you. And it's the right thing to hold on to, and it hold on to you. Don't let it go. Put your codependency in God. Because what God going to do is help you be independent, but you're going to still have God. You're going to know God there, because you're going to see it happen in your life. The miracles that He going to make happen in your life. The mental health breaks, He going to put you back together. He going to help you weather the storm when you think you can't. There'll be destruction all around, your houses flying all over. Oh, they got a tornado warning, and everybody need to go and seek shelter. And maybe you don't have shelter. Maybe something happened where you don't got no shelter. And you look out your window, you see a fucking roof come up. And you see a house go this way. But you trust in God. And all that destruction literally is all around. You might be in that fucking out of storm. But for some kind of way, let it happen to you. That's God. Now, if God tell you to go find shelter, of course go do that. But I'm saying if you don't, you can't. Whatever God tell you to do it. Because He's trying to protect you. All right. We is deep on this here channel. You feel what I'm saying? We be raw. Me and God and my ancestors, we be raw on this motherfucker. You heard me? He deep. I got a headache. That's how deep we get. This is a second headache I done had doing these deep readings. And I know I ain't hungry, even though I'm about to make me a ham and cheese sandwich. Because I ate something. What I ate earlier? I had an apple. 2 apples. I had 2 apples earlier. I guess that's not maybe need to eat, but my head is hurting. These readings be so deep, but I'm so grateful for the readings because it do help me to understand a lot of y'all's situation. It helped me to understand your upbringing. And I do have compassion for that, even if other people don't. Because it helped me to see your life through the eyes of God and your life, your upbringing, your situation. And I'm sorry that a lot of y'all had to go through that. I really am. Everybody got a story though. You know, but what you do with your story, your beginning story coming up, is going to be up to you. How your ending going to be. Is this the ending of your story? You've been traumatized all your life and taught certain kind of ways and behaviors, and this is how you're going to end. You're going to die being this way. What did you learn? What did you change? Don't let that be your ending. That was somebody else's story put on your life. Create your own story so you can have a beautiful ending. All right, let me see what we got. If we got anything in the chat, I feel like we don't. I think that's me hoping I don't. Let me see here. Let me see. Oh. All right, we got a lot. Nice little bit. Let's read this here. All right. Ruben Davis 74-7 says, Hi, Ruben. Welcome to my live. I hope you heard that reading, and I hope you learned something, got something from it, grow, not to convict or judge others, whatever. I hope that it taught you something ultimately. Amanda said, hey girl, hey, what's going on? How you doing today, Amanda? Amanda said, hope all is good. Yes, ma'am, it is. What about you? Amanda says, get your Milo tea. Girl, she got a cup, girl. Girl ain't got no more Milo tea. I told y'all that was my last cup. I ain't went got no more. I ain't gonna get it. Cause I'll be at Milo up here. Milo, where you at? I'll be at Milo up here every damn day. And I know that ain't good for me. I know it ain't good for me, so I ain't gonna do it. I'll go get me some Milo maybe in the next 3 months, maybe. I have to separate Milo like that because Milo is that damn good. Lie, like, you know how like candy is an addiction, like it has so much sugar and the sugar is addictive. And sometimes you be like, I don't need all this candy, all this sugar, but you keep doing. I try to make myself aware, like Milo would be that thing for me. So I'm like, no. And just like I was eating a lot of candy every day. Now when I go in the store, I'll be like, I have to tell myself, stop it. No, get an apple. Get a banana. And then I tell myself, why? I just want this candy. Well, you just had candy. And you said you wasn't going to go get any, but you got 3 bags. So Milo is like that for me. So I try to make sure I don't collect addictions. I got one tea. I got this tea. I got 1 can of green tea that left. I'm going to drink that in a second when I eat my sandwich. I do like an Arizona tea, but it's a totally different type of taste. I really love brewed tasting tea. I love Arizona tea too, but Arizona would be something that if I went like in a gas station and got or something like that, because they'll have it. But Milo's, you won't be like really finding it in no the small grab and go container. All right. Pretty Jade says, "Hey, hi, Pretty Jade. How are you doing today? Welcome to my live." Amanda says, "I know you take a bowel movement, laugh out loud. Get that that got me." Okay, for real, shit. People be acting like they shit don't stink. I'll never forget. No shade to one of my cousins. She's a very, 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 very pretty girl. She's mixed with black and Latino, and we were coming up. And I just thought she was just one of the most prettiest girls. And so I said, cousin, I say, do your poop stink? That motherfucker say no. Now I was green as fuck then. I thought that shit was true till I got older. It's like this motherfucker lied. That motherfucker think highly of herself. So that's why to this day I be like, nah, people shit do stink. It motherfucking stink. That shit is waste. That's why I come out the butthole. You gotta flush it and spray, cause that shit stink. Okay? Alright, so Amanda says everyone has a backstory on why the way they are. Absolutely. But some people don't like to admit to that. Some people look at other people's life and judge them. And just because your story is different than somebody else's, thank you for the 100s in the chat. Just because your shit different from somebody else don't mean that you should look down on them. That's it. Everybody got their issues. We just like to judge to make ourselves feel better because we might not did that. And that's not right. Just being compassionate, understanding why people are the way they are, but understand that they dangerous, right? You don't want to be around that because you know that that's who they are now, and everybody can change if they choose to, but not understanding how people got like that. That's all God asking to understand how people got the way they got. Okay, and try to have compassion in your heart for them, even if that's from a distance. All right. Let's see. Drishita, DRISHTI-E1Z says, "Hello, how are you? Can I please ask you a question?" Sure. What's the question that you want to ask me? And how are you doing today? I am well. All right. Amanda says, "I can't be a bully. If I say something mean, I feel guilty so fast. Jesus be like, don't be taking like that, girl. Don't be talking like that, girl." Child, I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies. I actually really don't like bullies. But I will stand up for myself. I definitely would do that. Because if you don't stand for yourself, you will be the victim of a bully. All right. Amanda says, "You dropped me." Laugh off. What you talking? You talking about the phone with it dropped. All right, Amanda says, God's capable of healing all wounds. Amen. That's what I believe. That's why I be having to keep telling myself, like, when people are here on like some people's channels, they talk about how God can't heal a narcissist, and it used to be very discouraging for me because I think so highly of God. And I had to tell myself, don't believe that shit. Know the God that you serve. And God can do all things. Now, God can't heal nobody that don't want to be healed, of course. Right? But God can heal anybody if they want to be healed. Okay, so yes, I believe that God can heal anybody. He can heal a serial killer. Shit. I seen a whole documentary on this guy who was in prison. And he was part of the Ku Klux Klan. He had tattoos. He showed his tattoos of KKK and all of that stuff he had on there. And that man broke down and told how God changed his life. So if God could change somebody who want to hang a black person on a fucking tree branch and burn them, the hatred in their heart, they don't understand that this is a curse, and that's how they was brought up. Again, the environment, the upbringing. If God could change that man, I certainly believe that God could change anybody, because that's a lot of hatred inside somebody's heart to want to do something to somebody like that. All right. Hey, Lakeisha. Lakeisha say, hey, family. Hey, sweetheart. Amanda says, hey, Lakeisha. Lakeisha said, I ain't fooling with you, Lakeisha. Amanda says, fear, worrying, and anxiety is the sins I struggle with a lot. It's not fun. Yeah, I've had, girl, I've had anxiety before. And of course I've had fear. That's why I talk about, you gotta, in order for you to become fearless, you gotta have, you gotta go through fear. But I promise you, once you overcome it, man, your life's so much better. Jesus, you be like, thank you, Lord, my God. It's just so much better. You just like, you don't go through that. And if you do have a moment of that, and you just, God is your medicine. God, child, let me tell you, God got every kind of medicine that you want in his medicine cabinet. And I'll just be like, hello, I'm gonna see here. I need this. He give it to me. So, God's everything and all, and I mean that. Otherwise, I would not be able to get on this live and talk to you with some sense. Because I'll probably be mentally ill around this motherfucker, and the devil be the one. And I refuse to let that motherfucker win over my life. And I know what I came here to do. I thank God for it. I thank God for covering me and keeping me and loving me, accepting me, making me who I am, and showing me each and every day a piece of me of really who I am. Really, like the God in me. Like really, really, really. Every time he opened up another piece of me, I'd be like, wow. Wow. I'm that great, God? Like a kid, I'm that great? You sure are, baby. You sure are. Don't let anybody else tell you that. Let anybody tell you that you ain't. All right. Let's see. So, Amanda says it's hard to shut off the negative thoughts sometimes. Oh, yeah. Girl, girl, you talk about a book. I could write on that alone. Child, before God delivered me and I got on this spiritual journey, them damn thoughts, let me tell you, it was so bad, Amanda. Oh my God. It was so bad. It was so bad that I didn't think I was gonna make it. And when I became aware of how bad it was, it had been bad for a long time in my life, but when I was with my first ex-wife, it had gotten so bad that it literally felt like my skull had opened up, and the pain was excruciating. It was so bad, the vein that sometimes when I'm talking that show up, it was so like prevalent. It was so bad. I damn near used to almost pass out, like the thoughts, because it was from the thoughts that were going fast in my head. It was so bad. Girl, I got a story. I'm telling you, I've been to the hospital. It was so bad. I done had a whole panic attack outside the head doctor, a neurologist. I ran out into the elevator, down the stairs, down the elevator, got on the phone. The hospital was right across the street. Called 911. It was that bad. The thoughts was like, gave me such bad panic attacks and anxiety. It was used to be that bad. It was so bad. I was so embarrassed. The the 911 person talked me down. Like it was for some reason just knowing the hospital was right there calmed me down. You know, it was almost like the fear to die and all of that, fear of death. But the hospital was right there, so I feel safe, you know. And I remember forget going back to the up into the doctor's office, and she's like, "You don't have to be ashamed." She said her husband deals with so much anxiety, which I gathered was from so many thoughts that was just like running through my head, that he was disabled. He was literally on Social Security. It like the what's the word? Destabilized him, debilitated him, whatever word. But what I realized a little later on, my gifts was opening up because I didn't at the time understand a lot about myself. I went into this room. When I went back up there, I went into, I think I was actually there, yeah, I was in that room before. And that's why I ran out. Because my brain was like this. But in that room, I felt somebody had died in that room. I felt it all around me. And I don't know if that's what triggered everything, but I felt it. It was so strong that somebody had died in that room. And then, and I can't say this part because I can't tell you what the medical doctor told me, because I feel like he hid the information, because it's something that scientists would want to fucking pick me apart to look inside my head. I can't. It was something that it don't happen to normal human beings. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say any more about that, but he was fucked up. And I didn't understand why he was fucked up. I wanted to look the shit up. And I realized that that don't happen to... Anyway. But saying all to say, I've been there with the thoughts. They used to consume my life to the point where I had to sometimes hit my head to make the noises. The fast running through my head to shut the fuck up. And I don't know if it was because so much black magic was being put on me and I just didn't understand any of that shit then, because I didn't learn about my life until I awakened to the truth. So I don't know, it's because somebody was constantly, attacking me. And even in the midst of when I was with my ex and all that shit was going on, one day I was in that apartment and nobody was there, and I heard somebody call my name. And I was like, huh? And I realized ain't nobody was in that motherfucker. So that's a mystery to me. If it was just because I was always supposed to be tapped in intuitively to my gifts, and all of the voices was other people's voices or projections, I have no idea, but it was a lot. Them motherfuckers was going fast. Stop! Fast. Negative, 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 negative. Just negative thoughts. Negative. And when I was younger, I was like 20 something. I'll never forget. I went to this doctor, Social Security doctor. And this motherfucker put me on some medicine, and I almost didn't wake the fuck up. The medicine was so strong, my body was paralyzed, and I was aware of me on the inside. I was like, oh no, I'm never fucking taking no shit this motherfucker give me, that you're trying to kill me. But I was taking it because I was hearing all these thoughts, right? Because as much as I wanted to fight the fact that I didn't want to be mentally ill like my mama, because I saw her life, I heard thoughts like, jump in front of that car, kill yourself. But then the God was with me and I didn't even know, like, God was really like protecting me, my angels, because they was like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just did not know who I was. I didn't understand intuition. I knew I grew up around spirits. That was not abnormal for me because that's what I grew up around. Again, we're talking about environment, how people grew up. My mother was gifted. Me and my mother used to telepathically talk to each other after I realized that she could do that, because all my life I didn't know she could do that till she did it. And it's just things like that. And then when God awakened me and I got off into meditation, learning about spirituality, because that's where God led me. And I started learning that the damn thoughts start calming down after I realized how to do the practices. That this is a practice that I started off with that really changed my life. And it was this meditation, and I can't remember who it was by, but she literally walked me through it. She was just like, she let me know what I was going to experience, and I experienced it. She said, close your eyes, silence everything out around you, listen to the thoughts that's coming in your head, hear the thought. Do you hear something negative? Okay, shut that thought out. Now focus. She went through this whole process, and then I heard the devil. Realized the devil do really exist in your head. And I heard God, I heard my own self, my own voice. And she walked you through it and tell you how to make those negative thoughts. Look at them when you got your eyes closed. Look at them spiritually. In an aspect, when I say spiritually, when you close your eyes, you can't see shit because you zoomed in, right? Your eyes closed. You can't see walls. You can't see nothing. You focus on what the person's saying. You tuned in. Say, let those negative thoughts go into the space, and you visualize this space. And she said, let that negative thought go into the space and just pass by you. First, she said, see the thought. So whatever the negative thought was, see the thought. Even if it's I hate myself, you look at that voice, that thought, and then you hear it and say it hates you. And then you let the thought I hate you go away, and you let it just disappear. All right, and you just keep doing that. You breathe and breathe, and then you'll start hearing the other thoughts. Then the more you do that, you start realizing that the devil been telling you the lies. And then you hear God's voice. You like, what is that? So still and so small, so very peaceful. Like, hi, and you like, who is that? And then you hear yourself, and now you're able to distinguish the voices in your head. And then as you continue to do it and you hear the negative thoughts, you acknowledge that what the negative thoughts said, and you let it go. And you continue to let the bitch go away. You keep doing it, the bitch go away. And then God come and take control. And then God tests you with the negative thought. Because the negative thought, which is the devil, try to sound like God. And then God help you distinguish the difference between that's the devil trying to play you. That's not me. This is me. This is my voice. And this is your voice. And the negative thoughts, they go away. And now you feel peace. It's like, wow, now I just got me and God. And what God is going to tell me is going to help me. Because God's going to tell me what the devil said, you ain't going to make it. God going to start building me up and say, all that the devil said, the devil is a liar. The truth ain't in him. You are a winner. You can make it. You are amazing. I created you to be powerful. And you got all these positive thoughts finally coming in. You didn't shut the devil out from that negative shit because you realized it was that motherfucker the whole time. And then you start finding yourself, your voice within God, right? Because there's your voice and God's voice, and that was the devil voice. The devil gone, now it's God and you. And then all of a sudden you start healing, you get this peace, and then now you hit your intuition because you hear God now. You hear God talking to you. You hear God, and you don't hear the devil. Now, all the time, I don't say I hear the devil, but all the time I gotta go into what the darkness is, which is the devil, which is a part of God. Everybody got their beliefs. It's when I gotta go tap into people's lives. But it don't affect me in the sense of that's me or anything like that. I don't hear the devil telling me nothing negative. I go into the darkness to see what's hidden in the darkness so I can bring it out to the light. So I can tell people I understand what you're going through. I see your story. I see what you're hiding. But always God got me through the darkness. God's walking with me in the darkness to protect me from any harm, right? To not collect any other people's stuff because it's not my stuff, right? So it becomes so much better. That's why God want people to heal, because He wants them to understand that that anxiety can go away. What you believe about yourself ain't true. There are more than one voice inside you, but you haven't taken the chance to sit there with me so that you can understand that that's never been you. That's the enemy, you know? So, moving along. All right. Amanda says, having patience and understanding is in God's timing is tough. I'm telling you. Oh, man. Yeah. Girl. That's all I'm going to say. Girl. Who you telling? Yes. I'm going to tell you yes. I'm going to amen what you said. Yes. Amanda says, it hurts when people betray you. It creeps up on you and makes you cry sometimes. Oh, girl. Can you imagine finding out you ain't got nobody because people betrayed you? Can you imagine? And you just, and then especially if you like, you really from your heart really want to help people, but people don't want to help you. They want to see you. They want to see you fail. It's a hurting part, but I tell you, I thank God because before I got the knowledge and wisdom of the truth that God told me, He had already built me up to be strong. So when I got the understanding, the fullness, I wasn't like broken down. I just accepted. I'm like, okay, thank you, God, for rescuing me from these situations. Yeah, I had my moments where I cried. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, it's always a reality check. The reality that you think you live in, you gotta get to the reality and acceptance of, man, this really the world? Like, family members really do this to you? People you in relationship really be jealous of you and don't like you and don't want to see you win and all that? Like, this where I really fucking am? That shit is a hard fucking horse pill to swallow. It's hard. And you just want to wake up and be like, no, this ain't it. No, bitch, this it. This it. This it. Sometimes you want to just be like, I just want to go get have an apartment, and I just want to go get in the bed and cuddle up in the bed and just go to sleep and never wake up again. Then when I wake up, it's not this like this no more. You know that ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Meaning it ain't gonna happen that reality is going to change unless it changes, right? Unless people change. The only thing you can do is change yourself and accept what is and be aware so you could be safe. But yes, it is a very, 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 very hurtful feeling that there are so many people that are wicked in the world. All right, Amanda says, yeah, definitely don't be talking to yourself or Jesus in public. People will think you're crazy. Just talk to him in your car or hide in the bathroom and pray. For real, because people love to judge. Even though I don't think there's anything with like talking to yourself, but there's a certain level that if you by yourself and you don't want nobody to. Cause I see older people in the I do it in the store, like, do I want this apple or do I want this? And you talking out loud, do I want this peach? Oh, let me see how much this costs. I don't think I got enough money for that. I think ain't nothing wrong with that. And I don't really think anything wrong with you talking to yourself the way that I'm talking about previously. But if you're talking about that you alone and you got people who wanted to lie on you and say that you crazy or whatever, or you going through the breaking down and the building back up with God, yeah, you might want to not do that. Oh, because you know people like to gossip and lie. You know, oh yeah, I seen them in the store and they just started like going the fuck off and crying and all of that and yeah, no, you people judge you. People judge you. They judge you. They like to gossip. They like to talk about you. You know, at the end of the day, just make sure that you're always safe and in an environment where people can't intervene with what God is trying to do with your situation. Amanda says, I feel comfortable sharing this with you today. My autistic cousin, he doesn't really ever cry, but he said he felt his dad that has passed away and said he's seen him. That's what's up. Yeah, autistic individuals are, from my understanding, is just very highly in tuned people with the spirit realm. And sometimes they don't know how to express that. But you'll be amazed if you talk on a level. You know what I'm trying to say? Meaning, like, probably if you talk to your cousin and then you start saying, like, do you see spirits all the time? Do you hear the spirits talking to you? You might find that his or her mind will be look like it's fascinated because now you're talking its language, his or her language, and they like, oh my god, have communication. You understand? Like, oh, they can understand me. If that person doesn't talk, they can understand me. Now I feel relaxed because most of the time I feel like autistic individuals, they have their own way of communicating, and because they sometimes can't communicate in words, when someone reaches into them and understand what they're trying to say and you can relate to them, man, that's like eating the best ice cream in the world. Sometimes you just got to connect. You could be like, okay, is this right? So show me, like, clap your hands or tap your feet or whatever, however they communicate. This is what you've been trying to say. Like, it brings so much pressure off of their brain because they have gotten to the point where no one like is gonna understand me, especially if they're not the type of person that communicates with their words. You know what I'm saying? So they find a comfortable space inside their body to express the best way that they think you can understand, but ultimately they really want someone to understand them and tap into them so that they can feel that pressure of what they want to say up here kind of relieve. Like, finally I got a communicator, someone I could communicate with. All right, and let's see. Amanda says, I believe my cousin. I think God let him see his dad for comfort because our life has been crazy here lately. Bless his heart. Amen. Yeah. I'm telling you, try to talk to him. Try to talk to him or her. You'll be surprised if you really just take the time out to help yourself to understand what him or her is going through. Because imagine you born in this body and you happen to be autistic, and maybe you're not verbal, but you have so much to say. You have so much inside of you that you just want someone to hear you, but you don't know how to get them to hear you. And that's so much pressure because it's like a lot of autistic people do this. It's because it's so much I got up here, so much. And I want to say so much. It's like I'm trying to think of how to say it, but the thoughts that I have up here have been flowing so much. I gotta almost do a type of tapping to kind of calm myself. You feel what I'm saying? So you'll be surprised that if you could tap into your cousin and just whatever he's showing you he interested in or whatever, or if he can verbalize, talk to him about it. man, you will just, I promise you, you will start seeing like little small changes. Because ultimately, everybody wants someone to understand them and what they're going through. Ultimately. All right. We've been on here 3 hours, 54 minutes, and 26 seconds. That's almost 4 hours. It's a long reading and a long conversation. That's okay. Glad I did what I'm supposed to do. That's what I came here to do. To teach y'all. Help y'all. Help you grow. Help you understand that there are not all people out here in the world are unempathetic, if that's a word. They don't have empathy or not compassionate. Can't open their mind up to some of y'all situations. Ain't gonna be judgy. You're not alone. God loves you. God understands you. And He wants to love and help you. You just gotta let Him in. All right, beautiful people. This is just love. And don't forget to love yourself. Beautiful people.